you argue with that.
I love the places where our conversations go.
Well, I'll tell you guys a really nice conversation I had today.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Forward.
I was having breakfast with my friend, and I said, oh, well, I'm gonna be playing, role playing this afternoon, and they said, and he said, oh, well, that's nice, that's fun, and I said, yeah, usually on like a 3-day weekend like this, I would really love to just uh, blow off gaming and just kind of go away for the weekend or something like that. But these guys, they have this like infectious enthusiasm for the game, and we all share a common interest, and so it's kind of fun.
And
It's just kind of fun to play. So I feel like I should change my schedule around to make the game. And he's like, well, that's not weird. I'm like, but for me it is. He said, oh, so you guys all like Star Trek, right? And I said, yeah, yeah. I'm like, I said they don't really like the original series necessarily, but they like Star Trek a lot. And he's like, oh, are they younger than you? I said, considerably.
that's very funny.
But I just want to emphasize the infectious attitude that you all have. I showed him the only 4 more hours to go post on the Discord. I'm like, this is what I get greeted with every week. How can you not be excited to play with guys who are so excited to play? So I just want to say, I'm excited to play with you guys. Thank you for making me excited to role play after being to role playing for years and years and years.
Well, thank you for that. That's actually very nice. You know what I love?
Yep.
Sitting here until start time wondering if 2 people are actually going to show up because neither checked in.
I checked in.
No,
Did you?
at no point.
I did. I said
no
I'll
point.
be there.
Where?
I think that was last week, dude.
That was last week, buddy.
No, that's this week. I said,
Oh.
I was at work when I did it.
Oh, did you post it in the?
It's
I see no evidence.
Yeah.
Well, now I have
What
to
is
Jack,
Jack.
Kestra, Jack, me, Kestra, me, Kestra, me.
No.
Rokel
no way.
responding to something else, which I took as a robot. I'll take anything. Me, Kestra, done.
I typed I'll be there, closed my computer, and went on with my day.
Did you push enter before you closed your computer?
Maybe. Maybe.
You did. Okay.
It was. No, it's definitely not here because it was right after Jack. It was right after Jack posted his usual gif of Joel. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, sorry
You're
guys.
like, no, don't say that. He was just giving you shit. It's okay.
I technically didn't check in anyway.
Yeah, Rokel never checks in either. So you're in a boat.
I will never not check in. Well, not purposely not check in because
Yeah, gotcha.
I'm, So if you don't hear from me, feel free to reach out and say, Trevor, you didn't say anything.
Right. Gotcha.
More fun to shit talk you.
You can go ahead and do that.
I will.
It'll get me in the mood for Sunday.
Are we ready to go?
Where the fuck is Jack?
Start without the boy.
Probably baking
You.
somewhere.
He's
Baking
walking a dog.
brownies. Oh.
I just got
just-
back from walking the dog, actually.
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
Oh,
Well, we had a nice talk about Veribus you missed earlier.
oh God.
And they can get fucked.
Jesus Christ.
We're all in agreement.
Yeah, all right. All in agreement. Let's get
Never
started.
heard that term before in my life.
Oh, I put a little, because I'm holding it out alt, I put it down a little smiley face in a stat block. That's cool. Did I type in
That-
the alt code for that?
Yes, you can
That's
type
so
in the alt
cool.
codes.
I forgot that those existed. Uh,
I don't like every week we have the same conversation twice, and then next week it'll be a different conversation. So something we've talked about right now is going to happen in the pre-banter next week. The last 2 weeks it was Raquel not understanding how Foundry works. Sorry, not Raquel, Trev. And then twice, so last week and this week, you and the alt codes. Correction, the just holding alt bit. So I can't wait
was
to
waiting
see
for
what
you to tell me
duplication
that
we
was
get
the-
next week.
I was waiting to see if you guys, if I loaded into the wrong game again.
No, you're fine right now. I
When
mean,
you said
you're still an
something like a
ensign, but
broken
that's
game, when something said broken game, I instantly assumed that you were talking about me.
That's probably safe.
okay. I'm just gonna refill my water bottle, and then we will get started, okay? I will be right back.
So how about them Venga boys, huh?
Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. We'll spend the night together.
Did you ever watch any of the other ones? Any
Not
of the
yet.
other
It's on my
lyric
to-do
videos?
list. I've been busy.
They're fucking wild. The Venga Boys official playlist seems to be backwards as far as whatever
story.
mess of a coherent plot they were trying to do was there. And for those of you who don't know, last year the Venga Boys released like 8 lyric videos that all have a little story in which the Venga Boys are basically Power Rangers.
I don't know who the Vanga Boys are.
Yes, you do, whether you know it or not.
Okay, I know that song.
The Venga boys are coming. Blah 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 blah. The Six Flags commercial, the Six Flags guy dancing to it.
Yes.
Low-hanging fruit. Anyone can make fun of you for that one.
Jeez.
I wonder how much money the Venga Boys made off those commercials.
You know
Well-
what I can't figure out?
Why they're called the Venga Boys when half of them are women?
Well, that's another thing. But specifically, I was watching football. You know, the Browns have never been to a Super Bowl, which doesn't make sense considering they've had the first round draft pick for like 30 years. You'd think eventually they'd be able to build a team, right?
Oh,
You'd
God,
think
are we
so.
talking about fucking football again?
You'd think so, but you'd be wrong.
Right. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Make it make sense.
All right. Well, with that riveting conversation out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. Does anybody else have any dogs to walk or any?
No, I've only got the one.
Okay. Well.
Let me go ahead and grab my second dog out of my closet.
Oh God. Sit your ass in your chair. Let me sorry, I'm pulling up the actual logs that, oh my god, it really is 2 pages long, isn't it?
I was busy.
We did get a lot done.
We did get a lot done. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun recap.
No recap.
Huh? Oh, no recap. We're just gonna jump right in, aren't we?
If you want to read the other log, you can recap the first few points. They're in the legit log.
I see. Give me just one moment.
But no recap is really needed.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
Trev
Gonna
coming
freak
in
out.
real late on that.
Let's keep it.
I believe the
Correct,
words
people
I sent to
put down-
Jack earlier this week was Kestra's going to have a conniption. No, an aneurysm.
Yeah. So before we begin, Tristan, this is what you get for skipping Star Trek for a football game. Just kidding. Yeah, for sure. Just kidding. I
Not
can't
kidding.
even say that seriously. Well, Kyle's not kidding. I'm kidding. But
Listen. My mom wanted me to come. I couldn't
It's
tell
okay.
her no. I'm sorry. I
Your
love you
your
guys,
mother
but
will
I can't
forgive
my
you.
mom.
We will not.
No, she wouldn't have.
this is the punishment you get. We're recording, right, Kyle?
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool. Let's go ahead and make sure all that's in. Oh God.
I think the
Hello
start is
and
gonna
welcome
be-
to God, shit. What's up?
So I think the start of the video is just going to be Trev singing the Venga Boys. I'm going to remove everything else.
And the intro brought to you by Germany. Just kidding.
Sixth place.
Hello and welcome to USS Guan Yu, a Star Trek Adventures show here on the USS Guan Yu channel. I am your very thirsty, actually. I have a Gatorade here. Dungeon Master. Not Dungeon Master. I'm a Game Master today. We are joined today by all 5 of our crew, fresh off of their breaks from this for watching. I don't know, the big game. Is that what we're supposed to call it? Last we left off, Captain Edwards spoke to Admiral Yannick, gave him the rundown on all the stuff that's happened on route back to Deep Space Fortitude. Went down to engineering, assisted with some intelligence stuff, and we're gonna jump right on in, and we are gonna start in the holodeck. You think I had this ready to go, but I'm bad at my job. Give me a second.
Just
So
so,
bad
you
we
know,
don't
we
even
forgive
pay
you
you.
and we love you.
There it is.
2 very different responses.
I didn't even hear the second one. Let me go ahead and grab the people that I need to grab. And we got somebody waiting, and I can drag you out and be cloaked. That's perfect. Commander Hagen,
Yeah, huh?
you received a rather spicy message from Lieutenant Sarah Mitchell saying that on Captain's orders, you were supposed to meet her in the holodeck and enjoy at least 24 hours of uh, short, quote unquote shore leave. So you stand outside of a running holodeck, and what do you do?
I hit the doorbell.
You doorbell. You don't hear anything in response.
I open the door.
That's a replicator.
Yeah, I know. That's the one I was looking for. You walk in to a coastal, like you look around, the air smells salty and like ocean water, you see someone standing on a the shore of a rocky coastline. Um, you see what look to be ancient um, Earth, like aqua vehicles. You're not entirely sure, but they have big pieces of fabric flowing in the wind as they sort of go across the horizon and go away from you. You see that you are in what looks to be a coastal, um, you would reckon 19th century, sorry, 20th century, coastal village. Um, it's a little hamlet. You see white buildings over the hill, and you see Lieutenant Mitchell, who is currently not wearing her uniform, but is wearing a is wearing long sort of um, jogger leggings,
Hmm.
and she's wearing a sort of leather jacket with sort of like a tank top underneath it. Her hair is sort of swept and windswept in her face, and you see that she's picking up stones from this sort of rocky, not great beach, and she's throwing the stones in a way that you've never seen before. You see that she's actually skipping the stones, getting them to jump off the water, which I don't think you would have ever seen before.
No, I don't think that was something that I think Kestra mostly almost never went to any bodies of water for vacations. It was always like very active, rock climbing, hiking, horse riding, uh, that kind of outdoor activity. Um, she goes ahead and walks over.
You're actually struck. You're wearing your uniform,
Mhm.
which is made out of cotton, and it's actually like you're glad that you have your full uniform on because it's actually kind of chilly. You look sort of behind you, and you see a little bit in the distance is deciduous trees that are beautiful. They have like orange and um, red leaves as they sort of extend back and go sort of up in elevation. Sort of a cool mist and breeze hits you from off the water, and you actually get a little bit of a chill.
Sarah, so where where are we exactly?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I've been trying to teach you some Earth geography. This is the east coast of the North American continent. Um, we are sort of, yeah, I guess probably pretty close to where I grew up. Um, in uh, in sort of the northeast part of of the of the continent. Um, from what
Oh,
my parents tell me, this used to be called back when countries were still a thing, Maine.
oh, it's lovely. A little cold though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um, I don't know. I she puts the rock down, and she looks at you and says, "I give me 1 second. Give me just 1 moment. I am going to help my partner take in some stuff. Just 1 moment."
okay.
You're gonna have that chat all day long.
Good times.
Indeed.
So, how about that Jets game? No Jets fans, eh? All right.
No.
Are
Well, I
they
am a fan of Jets, but wrong Jets.
Yeah, he's a big West Side Story fan.
Fucking law.
Yeah, Trev, take a point of inspiration for that joke. Kind of impressed.
When you're a jet.
Yeah, well done. Menacing finger snaps intensify.
Anyone who hasn't needs to go enjoy the show Gallivant. 2 solid seasons of medieval music meta-comedy, including the West Side Story style jazz fight between dwarves and giants.
Sorry, everybody. Yeah, you see Lieutenant Mitchell look at you and say, "Well, I figured you're not able to be at home right now, so maybe mine could be a close second." I talked to the owner of a little inn here. We got the one and only suite in town, so
Sarah, that is incredibly sweet.
yeah. Um,
Thank you.
yeah. I I also wanted to. I haven't skipped rocks in a really long time. Has anybody ever? Have you ever
Um,
done that?
no, I didn't really go to large bodies of water as a child. Could you show me?
Yeah, for sure. And then you see that she comes behind you. She says, see, try to find like a flat rock, like that one there." She points down to the ground.
Okay, let's see here. There we go. And I
And
pick it up.
yeah, she grabs your arm and she says, "Now, what you do is you need to flick the wrist and move your arm as wide out as possible to get as much um, distance as possible while keeping the rock flat."
Keeping the rock flat. Okay. I go for the skip.
All right, I'm gonna have you do a give me a fitness
Oh,
uh,
oh God.
Engineering.
fitness engineering for sure.
Fitness con. Come on.
I'll give you fitness con. Yeah,
Okay.
fitness con. You don't have a Yeah, I think you're xenopsycho. No, no focus here.
Is Sarah giving me an assist?
Sarah is gonna assist you.
So I have
Yes,
a
with
focus.
you do have a focus. Yeah. Uh, it you've never seen this before, so I'm gonna say it's difficulty 2.
Okay. I'll spend. Is that momentum pool accurate?
Nope, and neither is the threat. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15.
I'll give you a threat, cause why not?
Yeah, all right.
Not a one.
Oh fuck. Lieutenant Mitchell is gonna attempt to assist you, but she will have a focus in this, uh,
Hmm.
from her background.
Gotcha.
Um, focus.
Could Prodigy come into play here and give me a reroll?
You know what? That is very dickish and northeastern of you. So for sure, yeah, I'll give that to you.
Okay.
Prodigy, Prodigy at throwing stones. I can't believe
Nope.
you.
Dear God, I'm terrible at it.
um, you you sort of you've never done this before. It's kind of athletic, and you whip your hand. You actually put so much juice on the throw that you throw yourself down into the ground to try to your feet leave the ground, and you just sort of go onto the sort of rocky beach area. Um,
Oof.
Sarah looks down. Are you okay? And comes over.
I think one of them got my kidney.
Yep, that'll
Oh,
happen. Come on, come on. There's. Do you want to try again? I want to see you try again.
I'll give it one more shot.
Okay, yes. Uh,
Okay.
yeah. Try it one more time.
Okay.
It's
Can I
all in
give
the
it
elbow.
Control Con this time since I realize it's not about the Force?
Yes.
Getting an assist here. Oh god. Okay. Take a threat. Why not?
Come on, you're supposed to be having fun.
I am having fun.
Winning
Who said
is
I wasn't
fun.
having fun? Hey, there we go.
Winning is fun for me. I'm having fun. Yeah.
So if this contest is about coming in second, about being mid, I'm about to lose so
Yeah.
fucking hard.
One momentum generated. You see, Sarah goes, okay, it's weirdly all about your elbow and not about your elbow at all. But use your wrist, she holds your hand back, and then your wrist is like cocked back, and then she says, okay, now go. And she holds your waist.
And I fling it.
Phew! You get a 5 bouncer, and it goes.
Okay.
Sarah goes. You see she sort of sighs, and she goes, "Hey man, you know how long it took me to learn how to do that, and I'm from here." Uh, man, that was fun.
Well, it's
Yeah.
more about manual dexterity than it is about the actual force, and that
All
is
right,
why.
come on, let's go to the inn. She says with a smile on her face. Um, and y'all go up the hill. You see, it is like it's obviously a populated town, but it's populated with people, all humans. You see, driving down the road is what you think is an automobile. You see the exhaust pumping out from the back.
Did
Um,
your people actually use those?
yeah, I heard that people actually would collect them, and yeah,
Is that internal combustion?
it is internal combustion. Yeah, it's one of the worst things ever, huh?
No, I'm just. How did you not explode?
Um, th- there's, ah, yeah, there was a history class on it, and I slept through it. I truly don't know. But and she walks over, and there is a little Vespa scooter there. That's a 2-seater. This is ours. I just rented it from that sketchy looking guy back there. And you see a dude, it's sort of a big burly northeastern dude, holding a wrench and just hitting it against a one of 3 other Vespa scooters. You ready?
Um, yes.
I'll be driving. Don't
Okay, that's what I was going to
worry.
ask.
She sits down and she pulls a set of like a weird metallic object out and inserts it and then twists, and you hear a it's like a fur.
Oh, this is
It's like,
also.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
not
Okay.
nearly as powerful as that one, but I think we should still have fun. Oh, and one more thing, and she puts a helmet on your head.
I kind of twist it so that it's right way around.
Yes, and then she buckles it for you, and you both sit, and it's like a little 300cc thing. It's not going to go more than 20 miles an hour, but you hold on to her behind, like around her waist, and you guys go down the road. Um, you are genuinely having a fantastic time. You guys go to the inn. You have like beer, I think it is, and um, and you go up into your suite and have a night that you and Sarah can enjoy.
I think this is the first time in a very. Like, it feels longer than it actually has been, but it feels like it's been forever since she's had any amount of relaxation. And I think that she really needed this day.
Yeah, for sure. You wake up the next morning. You see, you guys have a sort of wooden cottage suite that's in the inn on the top of the hill.
Hmm.
You have a perfect view of of the harbor. You see the sailboat, the fishing boats go out in the morning. Um, the fire's going. Sarah's still asleep. She's sort of, uh, she has sort of her nightie on, and she's sort of curled up next to you. You're sort of awake, taking in the entire scene. And then
Oh
something
God.
happens.
Yep, that's about right. That's about right.
Kyle,
Hmm? What?
it's your cue.
Well, it'd be a scheduled meeting.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what you hear is completely interrupting the sort of fantasy that you're in. You hear a automated computer hail.
Like I would
Commander
literally
Hagen. Oh,
oh, go ahead. Like I
no,
would
go ahead.
schedule the meeting for like 30 minutes after the 24 hours.
Oh, I see. Okay, then scratch all that. Um, yeah, you both come to. You have a wonderful little outdoor breakfast. It's still, I mean, it's Maine in fall, so you guys are you're all both wearing parkas. You're sort of
Hmm.
wrapped up. You have a
I
scarf
got
on.
one of those 1980s like big the puffy jackets. She saw it.
Ah,
She loved it.
for sure. Um, and yeah, you guys have unlimited money since it's holographic. So
Right.
Lieutenant Mitchell pulls out a leather wallet and just pays cash for stuff. Yeah, you guys go and sit down at this little boutique coffee store, and you have um, Danish and espresso, and truly, just you see Sarah's just sort of you're sipping on a coffee, and she's just sort of looking at you.
I think I think it's just for the first time in a very long time, it's just a companionable silence of just we don't have anywhere to go or anything to do, and I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna enjoy my coffee and I'm not gonna think about this shit and we're just gonna enjoy each other's company.
For sure. Sarah sort of picks that up, um, and she's just sort of she uh, asks the waiter for another coffee as he goes past, and um, you see that she looks at her watch.
Oh, is it that time already?
I um, I think so. Um,
Okay.
we have about
Well,
20
the
minutes.
last time I was gone for a day, they managed to lose an entire space station, but I'm sure it's fine. It's
Oh
fine.
yeah, I haven't. Well, there's hasn't been any red alerts or anything, so I mean the captain's okay. He's recovered fully, and so I don't think that there's really anything to worry about.
Okay. Thank you for this, Sarah. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I don't know. I found this in the law. I found this weirdly in the holodeck records, and it was actually just sort of like a sort of coincidence. I really didn't think that something like this would be in here. Um, Kestra, I want you to look at this as she sort of shakes her head. I I don't know how telepathy works. I don't know how it works. Um, but the way that I work is that when I'm going through stress, when I'm going through burnout, things like that, I always find and remember a place that is just mine, whether it be my bed in my quarters, whether it be a 1978 New England Hamlet. I think I think that would help you. And I think the reason why I'm saying that is your home isn't. This can be home for you at least until we get back to Beta Z.
Yes. Can I show you something before we go?
Yeah.
Computer.
Oh, we should pay for the
Oh
waiter,
yeah.
and you see sort of a a main maitre d, which is just a guy in a flannel and a backwards hat. Um, says yeah, and you see pulling out he pulls out $40 and says keep the change. Um, and the server who just got way over tipped is like thank you, and then walks away. uh, inflation. Looks at camera and says inflation. Um, sorry, what was that? Kestra?
Yes, I wanted to show you somewhere. Computer, run Kestra 03. And the scene changes, and instead of being in the town in Maine, it is a field on Beta Z. They're green grass with purple flowers. It's a big field, a lot of hills, few trees, and it is just the single most perfect day. There's a few clouds in the sky. It's just the right temperature. It's got a nice cross breeze. And there are, some horses out in the field, and uh, behind them is a stable and a little like guest house, which is it's basically the place that she went um when she got her own place when she was still studying medicine before she went to Starfleet Academy. This is where she was staying, and she says this is the place that I remember, and your town will be a place that I will go to. That town that you showed me will be a place that I go to calm myself. This used to be that. Now, this is the place that reminds me that I need to keep going.
Uh, Sarah nods at you and um, she doesn't say anything, but she does just come in and give you a hug. One of those diagonal arm hugs, and she just sort of squeezes you.
The hug is returned, and um, Kesha does have to fight back some tears. But we'll get it back. With Starfleet.
We're Starfleet. She smiles. It's about this time that Commander Hagen, you have a meeting with Captain Edwards in 10.
Understood. I guess we should get going.
Yeah, I have a duty shift, but that town needs a name.
Mm, I like Haven.
Dunwich.
No.
Old grizzard sailor with Saoirse all along.
uh, oh God, all the generator names are terrible. I just saw Worcester Chester.
What
Um,
about Fairhaven?
That's kind of amazing.
Fairhaven it is. I'll correct the log, but I need to get ready for the pass along. But
She gives her a kiss on the kiss and says, "Thank you for this. I love you." And she goes. She got to get ready.
Yep. And I'm taking momentum for the change of scene.
Worcester Chester is like the best town name. Y'all are insane.
That
Yeah,
is a good town name. I do like it.
Yeah, the annual sauce festival is just the tits.
Yeah, not any particular kind of sauce, just sauce.
Sauce. There's one weird dude with just a bunch of like references.
That was
You
the
read it
funniest thing
too
I've ever
much.
heard. Is that a reference?
Yeah, that's a shitty internet joke. No one picked up on.
Oh, okay. Just
I
sauce.
got it. Sauce is source. Like, if you want to know what a picture's from, you can say comment something like, "My pasta is dry."
I get it. Because you want the sauce.
You want the sauce. We told you it was a shitty internet joke. You have no right to
God,
be
that
upset.
ruins it. I thought it was.
No.
Yeah. Kyle, where is this meeting going to be?
Well, actually, I feel like I'm gonna have a quick meeting with Kestra before everyone else. So I'll meet her in my ready room. She'll see that there's another meeting scheduled for a solid like 5 minutes after.
God.
Yeah, Catcher. You get dressed.
Here. I'm always fine.
You you look you look at your closet and you reach for the red. You see that all the way in the back of your closet, you see one of your old like I don't know what it's called, like the weird jacket that Crusher
Smock.
wore.
Medical smock.
Yeah. You see a smock just sort of hanging there. The admin guys forgot it, and it actually is yours. It's from the academy.
I don't think they forgot it. I think they tried to take it, and Kestra said not that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Put the red garb on and make your way to the ready room.
I do. I walk
Tiny
in
Hagen.
after seeing that the second meeting, and I go, "All right, what broke?"
His feet are up on the table. Is her empathic abilities working?
Yep.
By this point, am I healed from it?
You are healed.
He looks far more relaxed than his aura indicates. Good morning.
Good morning. So what broke? Why? What's happening?
Nick just reaches into his pocket and pulls out an empty hyper spray, sets it on the table between them, and flicks it towards her.
Catch it and look at the last loaded medicine.
It's empty. It's a blood vial.
I just speak into his mind. You know, this is unnecessary for me specifically, but I press it to my arm to draw the blood.
Kestra,
Mm-hmm.
I will let you decide whether or not you are a changeling in this moment.
I don't think she is, no.
Okay. You see blood, and the blood is normal.
Mostly because I don't think a changeling could get close enough to her to get her without her knowing about it.
I'm not really asking for your sake. I'm asking for the party's sake.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm not a changeling. Who?
Yeah. And he sits on his table. Chances are good that Deus is back.
I'm sorry. I must have. I think I
Oh,
had a
eh,
small stroke.
oh,
You
I
said
thought you
who?
actually forgot.
Deus. You know,
No, see, that's impossible because we killed him. Right?
we did. Well, you did.
Right, very specifically, I killed him.
Yes. Everyone knows at this point, at least high-ranking Starfleet officials, that the Vorta are clones. So there's a non-zero chance that the Deus I'm talking about is not the Deus you killed, and likely does not have the memories of that version, because they never recovered his body. So we're dealing with original Deus. Which might be better or worse, I haven't quite decided yet.
Okay, okay. And what is he doing out here?
Don't know yet. Let's go talk to the team,
You want me to check them?
please.
All right. And we move to the meeting room. I would like everybody in the party to DM me whether or not you're a changeling. And you have to be honest.
Why would we lie about that?
This is a fun new thing I'm doing.
I don't like it. I really don't like it. You make me so mad.
Yeah, I don't like this at all.
I am waiting on messages from Rokel and Trev.
Trev, I swear to God, if you're a changeling.
I am. I'm not. I'm not.
Gotcha.
That sounds like something a changeling would say.
I know.
I
Trev?
think Trev is the changeling here.
That
I'm
also
very-
sounds like something a changeling would say. You're trying to
I
deflect
know.
suspicion.
That's what I was gonna say. Oh, wouldn't that be convenient?
Yes.
So there is a reason that the Dominion went after Beta Z first.
Yep.
Yes. All of you are suspicious of each other now.
Yeah. As they walk into the room, they're getting a probe.
Sounds like my kind of Friday night.
Excuse me?
I'm looking at your brain. I'm looking in your brain.
How
God, that was
about-
funny.
How about you guys just do a blood test then? Because Rokel has a knife, you know. Because
We're gonna do blood tests.
cut
That's
ourselves.
not a in question here. As you,
Give me just one moment. I have to drag some more people out.
I think Kestra does help set up in front of each chair a empty hypo spray.
Grix. Standing room only in this meeting. Oh yeah, Creighton isn't in the lower decks, is it? She's in
No,
GM7.
you never gave me that sheet, even though we definitely usurped her. I think she's ours now.
Okay. I like where your head's at, Kyle.
I don't.
Oh, I love the Dominion. It's just my favorite.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, how about that Star Wars?
Oh, give me just 1 second here. I just need to I will always for everyone. Not always for everyone. Nope. Hovered. It is a full staff meeting. You guys have never had this many people in a meeting before. Hagen,
Mm-hmm. What check would you like?
I will tell you without a check because you know them very, very well.
Uh-huh.
Rokel, Woodyard, Kelly, and Sarah Mitchell are both clean. Are all
Rokel,
clean.
Woodyard, Kelly, and Sarah Mitchell are all clean. Okay.
Yep.
I'm checking the other three. Do you think
Okay.
I'd stop?
No, Dr. Grix. Dr. Grix, you know is totally fine. I am gonna require rolls from you to get Dr. Tallis and Lieutenant Commander Creighton. Go ahead and give me insight medicine difficulty. I'll say in this case of 3.
Difficulty 3. Would Prodigy come into play here?
No, this is something that you're already good at.
All right. Telepathic prowess then.
Yep.
We have no momentum. That's great. That's great. That's great. That's great.
This is a chance for you to generate us some. Come on, hop to it.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Hold all rolls for a second. Edwards, I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna need you to roll for that. That you just messaged me.
Yeah.
Are you doing that? Are you doing that like on each door, or are you doing that as a computer thing?
A computer thing with the little
Okay,
buttons
so
in front of me.
so as you walk over to the computer console and do that.
Yeah.
When everybody has sat down.
Yeah.
Or as people are going in.
Like, when the last one walks in and sits down, all having their chats, Kester's doing her thing. I'm just going to walk over and type a few buttons.
Okay. I'm gonna give me a presence. Give me presence security. Because you're sort of, you're making like you're not doing anything. Anything important. Anyway. Presence security. Go ahead and give me. I'm gonna say you're not under direct scrutiny, but there are a lot of people in the room. Go ahead and give me diff 3, and then I'm gonna spend for the comp range.
Okay.
So that is diff 3
being,
comp 3.
Yeah, gambling, being nonchalant, not showing my hand.
I'll take that at an additional rise.
I'll take it
at this point. Yeah, so it's now diff 3 comp 4.
Cool. Diff 3 comp 4. Buy up 2 to threat, so take 3 threat.
Okay. Oh
Rerolling the. I can't reroll 2 20s.
You can reroll one of them and maybe get enough momentum.
Piece of shit. And like they're not even the shitty fails for the increased comp. They're just straight up 20s.
So that is currently a complicated success. Is that complication going to stand?
There's nothing I can do about it.
Okay. In this case, I am going to just bank that into 2 additional threat for me. Because I don't really see a way. Yeah, because you're fine. Oh no, I take that back. While everybody in the room, you all see this sort of as Edwards is walking through. You see that he types in some command codes and looks like he's just calling up some records on the computer. But you see that he's the only armed person in the room.
Forgot about that.
No, I think Kestra would also be armed at this point.
I believe every officer should be armed because we are
Well,
at
that's
war.
incorrect. So we're at normal stations. This is a staff meeting ostensibly.
I mean,
You
we
come
are
armed to a
at
staff meeting.
war, and I feel like every
We're
Starfleet
also
officer would be at
Starfleet.
war.
Starfleet, even at war, does not typically walk around armed.
That is true.
Yeah. So I will maybe Hagen flip a coin for me
Okay.
and call 1 or 2.
1.
Okay. I will say that Hagen is also armed, but the rest of you are not. Rokel, I will say, because you have your Klingon regalia on, that you have a knife on you, but you don't have a disruptor or anything like that.
Okay.
I'm armed with the power of math.
Yeah.
Yeah, like each station usually has a phaser ready to go and all that, but we don't walk around with them on our hips. We give the order and y'all run to the nearest weapon locker and grab them. Minus stations on the bridge, which is going to have them holstered there, just out of view of the camera.
Yeah. So you all see that Edwards is visibly armed. Like he has his pants on that have the built-in holster.
Yeah,
Because
the
I don't.
holster pants.
Yeah, the whole. Because you.
Got
Yeah. Anyway.
You've got a gun in your pocket.
And
Sorry.
Dr. Grix specifically looks at you, Captain, and says, "Captain, is there a reason why you're armed right now?"
He just looks at Grix for a second and looks over at Kestra, assuming she's finished her scans at this point.
Yeah,
I
Kestra,
need
go.
to make my scans. Yes.
Yep. So this is, yeah, for Talos and Kraden, I'm gonna ask you insight medicine. I already said diff 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, diff 3. Yeah, just diff 3.
Okay, I'm gonna buy with threat up to 4 dice.
Okay.
And see how we do. Hey.
1 moment generated. You scan over. Yeah, you see that immediately. Lieutenant Commander Kraden is. You scan over Dr. Talos, and as you search through his thoughts, you see that he's thinking about his last fencing match, and he's completely.
He's completely what?
He's completely clean.
Okay, okay. I look over at the captain, nod, and I say, "In front of each of you, you will find a hypospray with an empty cartridge. Place it against your neck and withdraw blood."
Raquel just takes his knife instead. And
Cool.
just cuts his hand.
Yep, looks normal. Everybody, being given an order. Dr. Talos sort of nods. And everybody, you hear the hypospray hiss.
I asked, is there a reason that we have to
Do it
this?
now, would you?
Oh. He does it.
Nick's gonna walk up next to Rokel and hold his hand out for the blade.
He already cut himself already.
No,
for me.
Edwards wants to do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he hands over his Doc Tang to you.
Make Rokel feel like a member of the team.
So many transmissible diseases. Anyway,
that's a Kestra
Got a-
problem.
Stuff, all the
Sersha.
space
Sersha sets the hypospray down and sort of scoots it towards Kestra and says, "You realize that's a potential massive biohazard, right?"
If you are who you say you are, yes. And she picks up the hyperspray and shakes it. Does it turn gold?
it's totally fine.
Sersha looks offended.
Yes, we should put this in containment. And I hand it over to the captain.
I take the bioweapon and put it in my pocket?
You are higher clearance and rank than me, and therefore it is your problem.
That's going to fit my players say.
Anyway, we all dispense with the pleasantries of, bloodletting.
I
Okay.
check each hypo spray, shake it, make sure.
You're all good.
Okay.
Hi, everyone.
I
Sorry for the
yeah.
formalities. I honestly didn't think there was a changeling here, but from what I've been able to gather, we're dealing with Dominion again. Specifically, Deus.
I'm
Would you have
guessing
no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm guessing I should forward this information to relevant parties immediately.
So how many times do we have to kill him?
Right now, too?
Apparently the oh god, what are they called?
Vorta?
Vorta.
Yeah. Apparently the Vorta are clones. There's an infinite number of Deus.
Under normal
Wait.
circumstances, they're regenerated with the memories of the previous copy, but because his body was never recovered and we were deep in the Shackleton, chances of a transmission of memories is slim. So we're likely dealing with, well, frankly, a Deus who just really hates me instead of hating all of us.
Captain, you see Dr. Tallis speaks up. Do we know for sure that they were unable to recover his body, or is that an assumption?
Uh,
Is
Well,
Deus the guy
actually,
that we reduced to a fine paste?
I'm pretty
no,
sure.
we recovered his body as
Yeah,
evidence.
We did do that, yes.
Well, shit.
Um,
Well, scratch the last thing from the record.
Well, it would be easy enough to find out whether or not that body was still in evidence.
Really, you think so?
Well, there's a physical location it would have to be, so
And you think we are allowed to just go there to what is undoubtedly a secure facility and be allowed to inspect said physical evidence?
no, but we could have someone do it for us.
Captain Edwards, make a reason command roll, difficulty 1.
Starfleet Protocol?
Yeah.
Body with threat.
Yeah, okay. Jesus Christ.
Finally.
Yeah. Don't need that reroll.
According to Starfleet Protocol, in terms of bodies that need to be kept in evidence for whatever reason, whether they're evidence of a crime or things like that, um, usually all of that gets stored at the starbase in which the acting ship is tied to. Um, for the only purpose being that, especially for your ship, you guys don't have like a full morgue for people.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, we would have dropped it
So
off at DS Fortitude at the earliest convenience.
yeah, so
We need to
this,
clear
this
everyone's names.
yeah, so you guys, that's according to from Captain Edwards' perspective, yeah, that should be at DS Fortitude.
This doesn't leave this room. We're under full changeling protocol here. Any closed door conversations 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 between us 9, mental or blood scans are required.
Also, we should phase a sweep this room. Changelings aren't just people.
Now, for those of you who are just joining us, Deus was a rogue operative of the Dominion. We did something to slight him. He has taken a personal offense to it. So the last time we encountered him, he was very much off script. There's a non-zero chance of changeling involvement, but I'm not looking at it that way. Chances are, if we're dealing with him again, we're dealing with the same problem. He's unhinged and playing by his own rules. Now, I could be completely off base with that because, and I drum my fingers on the table, he's involved in all of the Syndicate Klingon bullshit we've been dealing with too. So he could literally just be Deus 4 dealing with what the Dominion has asked of him. So we're going to focus on the problems we can solve, which are the commander check issue.
Dr. Talos speaks up again. Captain, what are we basing? How do we know that Deus is back?
I have credible information from the man who tried to stab me in my sleep that a likely Vorta who has a hate on for me is running the show out here.
Dr. Chalos' eyes sort of narrow. Hagen, you get a it's not malevolent, but it's interrogatory is the right sort of word to describe it. Um, you get sort of a probing, like, I guess the expression would be like digging lasers into Captain Edwards from Talos. That's sort of what he's feeling.
Oh, I never did find out. That guy, did he have a Dominion device in him?
I guess you'll just have to find out from the briefing. Dr. Grix goes, uh, also, we do know that the prisoner at one point did have contact with the Dominion. According to him, he had some sort of device implanted on his heart that, I don't know, compelled him to do stuff.
I can confirm that is known Dominion technology and a favorite tactic of theirs.
So, while we do not have confirmed identification that it is Deus, all signs point to him. The technology being used, the target specifically. So, I'm going to solve our first problem. We'll be back to DS Fortitude in a little under a day now. And we'll bring Admiral Yannick up to speed. Once I verify who he is, he'll be brought up to speed on all this, and our little Illuminati becomes 10.
Should we begin doing physicals for the crew?
I'm fairly certain everyone's behind in them since our little time fuckery, so Dr. Grix, maybe it's a good time to check up everybody.
Yes, sir.
And make sure you have security nearby. Maybe not in the room, but on the ready.
We'll have to check security too. So I would advise maybe check 2 of the security officers first.
Start
And then
with
check-
security. Seeing as Rokel has a new training regime, I don't want any of their hearts to explode.
If it's okay, I would like to sit in on the examinations too. I want to see if there's some kind of non-medical parameters in which to scan for changeling or morphogenic signatures.
Yes, I believe your new study on the interactions of the Shackleton on humanoid creatures is a perfect opportunity for you to sit in on those.
Thank you, Captain.
And Kestra taps on her pad and shoots you the file that she has of known morphogenic signatures and the frequencies that disrupt the morphogenics field.
Awesome.
Hey, I've got an idea.
I love those words.
Well, we're already doing maintenance on turbo lifts. What if we could implement frequency sweeps on the turbo lifts?
That is a good idea.
Anyone pretending who they're not, going about their daily business? Perfect. All right. I'm okay with that too. Yeah, implement frequencies scanners on the turbolifts. Rokel.
And we're going to need to train people to be aware of their environments, look for new things. But how do we do that? Changelings like to imitate pieces of wall, furniture, cups, trays.
Even
To
birds.
my knowledge, they can't become something with functionality. They could look like a tricorder, but you wouldn't be able to get any readings with it because it just looks like a tricorder.
So maybe the ship needs to go a quick maintenance sweep.
Maybe.
Well, we're about to dock at DS Fortitude, so, Graydon, Sersha, maybe a maintenance sweep is just what we need.
Yes, Captain. You see, Graydon speaks up.
Enjoying the frontier yet?
Give me a moment to look something up.
Graydon looks up at you, Captain, and says, "It has certainly been eventful. Um, learning a lot." She smiles. Kelly's a great teacher.
I mean, we haven't created a malevolent AI in months.
You see,
Come now. That was one time.
Rokel just raises an eyebrow, but he has no idea what you're talking about.
Hagen, give me an insight. Give me an insight medicine difficulty 1.
Okay. Telepathic prowess come into play?
Yep. Uncreated.
Okay. Buy one with momentum. Because why not? Rerolling.
You see that to that joke that Edward said. She
Uh-huh.
sort of she sort of giggled. Um, so you catch something from her. Her smile sort of falls.
Mm-hmm.
And then you feel anxiety build up and build up and build up and build up. Um, just guilt, um, embarrassment, a big waft of negative emotions just sort of cleaves out of her.
I
She
think that Kestra, when she senses that, does. I think that Kestra and Nick have been working together long enough that she's able to kind of communicate with him without really communicating with him, and just gives him a nudge and a look.
Fuck. Yep. Okay.
GM, I have a
I
question.
know that.
What's the answer?
What
Does
the fuck was that?
I'm
Uh,
just moving on.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. What's the question?
Does Deep Space Fortitude have the facilities for a baryon sweep?
I was thinking the same thing, but baryon sweeps
Jesus.
affect human biological people, so we could
Yeah.
we could
We've just
sweep
been
it.
in the Shackleton for how long? Would anyone really question it if we evacuated the crew, did a head count while we were doing it, and then put the ship through a baryon sweep, which just it destroys all organic material it comes into contact with?
Not a bad idea.
I will actually say that is. Go ahead and give me a reason engineering roll difficulty. I'll say of 1 again. Kelly.
On it. I don't. Sorry. I don't think I have any applicable focuses here. So I'll just take the 2 dice.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, I'm going to go ahead and give you a threat for a 3rd dice just for the bold. I'll re-roll that 18.
Okay. Um, you know that baryon sweeps usually require like a specific like docking, like what am I talking about? Kind of
An
not
array.
space dock. Yeah, like a repair bay, like one of those weird grid looking things. But you know that Deep Space Fortitude being sort of far out station, they don't have the equipment for it, but you can rig up the deflector dish of Deep Space Fortitude to emit a baryon field. The one catch is it's not going to be a sweep; it's going to be a field of baryon particles. Um, that pretty much that envelops the ship all at once.
Okay. So something we are going to have to do with this um, is first bring it up to the captain. Captain,
The bioneural gel packs.
I was just about to say yes. We're going to have to remove and then reinstall the bioneural gel packs for it, but I can rig up Deep Space Fortitude's deflector array to emit a baryon field. That, a field rather than a sweep, won't give anyone left on board time to run.
Okay. I know I'll sleep better knowing our ship is clear. So, when we're ready to hit that button, the ship is no longer going to dock anywhere. Transporters will need to get on and off.
Dr. Grick speaks up. Um, I'm afraid I have to step in as chief medical officer. Is if there is a changeling on board, they are our enemies. I will say, but um, is is this ethical? What we're considering?
If there's a changeling on board and they're not smart enough to figure out a way to get off a ship before a baryon sweep kicks in?
No, you actually do bring a valid point, Dr. Grix. Right before our sweep, once all of our crew are off, we will provide an audible warning once we've undocked, giving anyone who decided to hide a chance to get into an escape pod and leave. I'm not all for murdering people unwanted, but I do want to know my ship is clear.
Personally, I disagree with giving a warning because that would give away our plans to a potential hostile.
Okay,
We are
Rocal,
at war anyway.
they are going to be one changeling on board a completely disabled ship because we've removed all the bioneural gel packs.
But they could get into escape pods, kind of what it was.
Exactly. And are you saying we will lose track of an escape pod that we are literally right next to? Now, a changeling reduced to inanimate dust is a neutralized threat. A changeling we can capture and interrogate is an asset.
And all of this is predicated on the assumption that there is, in fact, a changeling on board.
Which
Don't
again,
Vorta
I'm
like
not entirely...
revere? Don't Vorta like revere changelings as gods?
They do.
I believe that when I read the one's mind, the image I got was they knew down to their bones that the changelings, the founders, were the ultimate power in the universe.
So why are they sending them on dangerous solo infiltration missions?
It's the changelings that are doing it.
Again, I need to reiterate, I actually don't believe that changelings are involved. But, considering their nature, I want to make absolutely certain, and we're going to do the baryon sweep, we will provide any guests an opportunity to leave.
Might I suggest we also emit a charged particle burst before we do that, sir?
Give them a little incentive to move quickly.
No, sir. We've had infiltrators beam onto cloaked ships once before.
Yep.
Charged particle burst to reveal any cloaked ships in the area.
Especially
Then,
since we know they're using Klingon tech.
exactly. And then we give the warning about the baryon sweep once we've made sure there's no one around who can swoop in for the rescue.
Kelly 2, Dr. You've got a day to do 140, let's round it up to 150 physicals. I think our Orion guests also need a quick checkup.
It's just blood work this time. For the physicals.
For sure.
Unless there's anything else, you all have your orders. Rokel will start with security so you can get on your drills.
Hey, Captain,
Go ahead.
I remember after the incident with our last counselor, I designed a subroutine that we could activate in the internal sensors that would passively monitor people's locations and alert security if anyone was in 2 locations at once.
If it's not already on, make it happen.
GM, I do believe I have 3 floating momentum. Or how much? 2 floating momentum?
It's on.
Awesome.
Got
I'll
it.
make
Do
it
you
happen,
access
Captain.
that sweep now, or what?
Well, it should be automated. I would like to activate it as an advantage.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, it is. Yeah, we'll use your float for that. That advantage just carries on. So I will say now that you have the way that will work mechanically is that for the remainder, I mean, from now until the end of time, you will have an advantage on internal sensors when the probing in question is related to um, assuring that someone is who they say they are. Yeah. So like if you're tracking stuff, you will also see that people are 2 places at once. That does help you solve the problem, but that does make it a little bit more complicated too, because now you have 2 people, which one switch. But it's still an advantage.
Yeah, at that point, you can just beam the 2 of them into separate cells and see who needs to turn into goo first.
Gotcha. Gotta love torture. Anyway,
Well, I think that's less torture and more refusing to admit to us what specific care they need to survive.
it's kind of like what I relate that to is like putting someone in a bright cell, like with light on, and then keeping them in there with no toilet for 24 hours. That's sort of what that is.
Well, we
Well,
could just
no,
beam
but
them into 2 cells that both have buckets and see who uses it
Oh.
first.
I see.
Yeah, like, we're not stopping them from changing. They're stopping them from changing. We have provided
Yeah.
them food, water, and a place to sleep. If they don't want to use it, that's on them. Okay.
I wonder what the United Nations panel on war crimes would think about some of the things that we do.
Like I said, and like the captain said, we are providing them everything they need. It is not our fault if they refuse to use them.
Gotcha. That was mostly in jest anyway, but
Yeah. It's like a prisoner going on a hunger strike. It's not our fault.
yeah,
We have provided
okay.
food.
Have any of you seen that anime Tanya the Evil?
No.
Where she says in her little girl
Absolutely,
voice,
yes. I've seen
Oh
that.
my
are-
god,
we
not
are about to
anime.
bombard this position. If you
Oh,
would like
yeah.
to live, please leave this position. But she says it as like a 6-year-old girl, so nobody listens. And then she proceeds to bombard the position and kill everyone
Yes.
there.
I absolutely love that. I love that scene too. It was hilarious. Love that scene.
Listen, I only have. Oh,
military
please.
safety was a brilliant on her move.
Oh,
Okay. Unless there's anything else to bring up, we all have work to do and very little time to prepare.
just then you receive a hail. bridge to Captain Edwards and I guess the entire senior staff.
Go ahead.
We just got a direct cable for immediate announcement among the crew. The Romulan Empire has joined the war effort on our side.
I don't
Well,
think
that-
Kestra's ever looked more confused.
I honestly some good news today. Thank you. I'm
You're welcome.
sorry, Rick.
Just really, really skeptical about that. 'Cause
Well.
he does not like Romulans.
I don't think anyone likes Romulans.
A
Romulans don't
surprise
like
to be
Romulans.
sure.
Romulans, they ruined Romulus.
Romulans cannot be. They cannot be trusted.
I think they
They-
can be trusted to act in their own self-interest,
Thank you, Saoirse.
and the Dominion is an existential threat to everyone.
They're just a little more pig-headed than the rest of us, so it takes them a little longer to see reason. Okay.
Wonderful.
I think I was kind of
And with-
racist, Captain.
Diplomatically. Okay. Y'all have jobs to do.
Yes, and with that, I am taking momentum for changing this.
Before that happens, as everyone leaves, Saoirse, Kestra, wait here for a moment. Mina,
Hi, sir.
have a word? As everyone else
Uh,
leaves, I'll catch her at the end of the room.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I have I need to get work on that preparation for the sensor suite, but yeah, what's up? But give me 1 second to delete tokens.
Brief on my team about the plans of the drills, which I have out of character. I have Rokel has yet to actually brief them as of what's happening with that.
Actually, the first roll for your extended task that you did last session, it would have encompassed a briefing of what exactly is happening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, for that if you had like failed that, one of the reasons why the failure would have occurred is that they heard Nishizumi's name and it got a stink on it,
Ah,
basically. But yeah,
Well-
you did great.
all right. Well, I was planning on fully enacting the plan now that I heard about the.
No, you two
Edward.
stay over there.
Oh.
Chat amongst yourselves. Amina, I just wanted to quickly apologize for my joke. I was trying to lighten the mood, and I didn't. Yeah, sorry about that. I want you to know, in no uncertain terms, that I feel you are responsible for any of that. Mistakes happen. We correct it, we move forward, and you've been doing an amazing job.
I appreciate that, Captain. Dr. Talos and I have been sort of talking about it, and I think he's been helping me a lot. And I appreciate what you're saying, but it was not just a mistake. I actively plagiarized from someone, and that's morally bad enough, but that plagiarism led to a lot of chaos unfolding, a new AI being created, and your heterochromia. It's now a part of my past, and it's still with me every day. But I think I have been just trying to learn. Lieutenant Commander Kelly is extremely capable, and I think that yeah, she's extremely capable, and I'm learning a lot from her. This is my baby, my ship. I helped build it, and I accept your apology, but it wasn't really necessary.
I disagree, and I can't speak for the rest of it, but I like the new eye. I think it's awesome.
She sort of chuckles to herself, and she closes her eyes. Thank you.
Kestra never lets
Sersha
me keep
offers
any of my
Kestra a
scars.
gummy bear.
Sorry, there was some crosstalk there. What's up?
Sersha offers Kestra a gummy bear.
Kesha takes it. I still. How have you hidden all of these? She eats it.
I don't know what you're
It's
talking about. I just
pineapple.
keep them around.
Oh God! Ew. Yeah.
Here,
My
go for a red one.
Crane looks at you and says, "Thank you, no, Captain. I'm gonna get to work on those preparations for the berry on sweep."
Have a good one. Okay. Last point of business. Once we bring Yannick up to speed, it should be pretty easy. But you two, when we get to DS Fortitude, after your berry on sweep and all that, are going to verify Deos's remains. I don't want you sneaking around dark corridors and Jeffrey's tubes. We're going to loop the Admiral in.
Aye, sir. Do you want this done quiet, or do you?
Quiet. But we're not breaking any rules here. I have a feeling we've got enough rules to account for when we get back.
Understood.
All right. Anything else? Any other innocuous gummy bear exchanges or anything?
Yep.
Well,
I'm going to hand the bioweapon back to Kelly. Please deal with this.
He hands it to Kestra.
I'm not the medical officer anymore.
I'm leaving.
She backs away with her hands up.
And the scene ends with this
spooky blood.
with this Mexican standoff. Jesus Christ! Who wants the bioweapon? Okay, I'm gonna step away for just a moment. I need to go use the restroom, but
I'm gonna go get food.
okay. I'm gonna make some eggs. Just kidding.
I'm gonna walk a dog. I gotta fight a dog first, though.
Do it. It's worth it.
You actually don't know how badly I want a dog. It's just that I'm away all by my so much, and poor doggy here would be miserable.
Okay, yeah, that's understandable.
I would love a pet. Oh, I love dogs.
Could get a cat.
I love cat. I like cats too, but I'm allergic to cats, so I can't have a
Get
cat.
a turtle.
I could get a turtle.
You could get a hypoallergenic cat.
I could get one of those little skinless cats.
Skinless, eh?
Sorry.
It's a fucked up cat. It's just fur.
Hairless.
It's all the allergen and none of the meat.
I knew what I meant in my head, but oh.
Man, I have had boom, 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 boom stuck in my head for like 3 fucking days.
What's boom, 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 boom?
It's a Venga Boy song.
Oh, now I gotta watch these Vinga Boy things that you guys are talking about.
I'll link ya.
Gracias.
Boom, 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 boom. And now my favorite part of Star Trek is sitting back and watching you all do what I told you to do.
So satisfying, Mayan.
I was just thinking, experimenting on non non-medical non-medical means of, radiation detection might be a little bit against the Geneva Convention, but I'm sure I can do some kind of ethical thing.
Right. Is everybody back?
Yep, I think, in theory.
Yep, I'm here.
Gotcha.
Well,
We are going to go ahead and a lot of this stuff. We're going to say that. Give me one moment. So we are going to actually skip ahead a little bit. About a day passes here. You all, I will say that I will not make anybody roll for it. Every single person on board the Guan Yu is totally fine. Everybody is blood tested. There is no doubt. All 144 souls on board, including the Orions, all of them are completely and totally clean.
Okay. I'll be right back then.
Oh, okay. Wonder. I think Tristan's just gonna go and cry in the shower for a second.
He's gonna go do some medical checks in his corner.
Yeah.
Insight medicine, control medicine, surgery. Oh, we're focusing surgery. Oh, it's been so long.
Yes.
I hope you can hear me.
Ooh. Oh no, Trev can't hear me. We are giving Trev a second to figure out his audio issues. Oh, I know at the edge of this eye.
What happened? He was talking about skinning a cat, and then he just went quiet.
The cat got him back. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. What I have coming up next. Trev, let me know if you need me to text me if you need. I guess you can't hear me, so it doesn't matter.
Yep.
I just housed an entire Pizza Hut pizza.
I'm jealous.
It had pepperoni, sausage, and banana peppers on it.
I'm not so jealous anymore.
Well, fuck you too, then.
I
Just kidding.
have a buffalo chicken pizza in the fridge. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna make jalapeno mac and cheese and.
What
buffalo
part of it
chicken.
don't you like?
Peppers.
Oh, okay. You can hear. Okay, you can hear me, but you can. But your mic is not operational. Okay.
I'm Jack. Oh,
Who?
okay. You're responding to a text? Because
Yes.
it sounded like you were replying to me, and I was very confused.
No, I gotcha.
No, it was very apparent who he was talking to. Jack is just confused.
Understandable.
That's okay. Yeah, Trev. Yeah, go. No, you don't need to go first, Trev. You can go ahead and restart. Okay. Trev is going to restart his computer. In the meantime, everybody else is back, right, Raquel?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, cool. And Tristan's back? Not yet. You figure, how many episodes are we at now?
So the numbers don't line up because season 5 was a double season, but we're sitting somewhere around 70? No, it'd be 60 because there was no season 1.
Ah, right. Yeah, but we've been playing for how many episodes long was season 1?
10-ish.
Nice, yeah.
I think it was 12 specifically. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 2. 13. 14.
Who do you? Oh,
14.
jeez. 14. It's
What?
14.
Yeah. There are 2 session 12s.
Oh, really?
Well, clearly by design, it's called session 1.12.1 and 1.12.2.
Oh, did we do like a 2-parter and then you just put it as the same
back.
episode?
I don't know. Look, I make decisions. No one
Hey,
questions them.
Come on, go back to 2 years ago. 2 years ago, think about what your headspace was like then.
My headspace was a Ferengi, a human, and Orion walk into a subspace anomaly.
Yeah. For sure. Okay.
Ferengi
now
becomes
that-
the Orion's mother.
Now that Tristan is
Oh,
back.
session 1.9. We showed up, and the GM took offense to that.
God, the
Scroll
session titles
53
are so
pages.
good. Anyway, coming back here, about a day goes by. Blood tests are done. We were gonna do some of like the other like tech roles, potentially next session, just to get through. But there's just some stuff that I need to get through this session. That's a little bit more important than rolling here. So, as you go ahead and I'm just gonna put you guys on the bridge. I don't really. We should eventually get like a I'll message you after. Not this bridge. I want the ready room. No, I want the bridge. Fuck. Shut up.
Imagine if we had a bigger ship with more than 15 decks. Oof.
Wow. Yeah, could never get
Mateen.
everybody here where they need to be.
Imagine having a galaxy. Maybe a Galaxy X. That'd be-
Never. You
No.
never get in the galaxy. It's just too good.
Kestra. I can't wait for Kestra to find out that Edwards has learned to weaponize Woodyard as a torture device.
Oh God.
Basically, he talks and then they just give up.
Yeah, that seems accurate.
Let me. There is. What is it? What's the name of the talent again? That legit does that in social scenarios
Yeah.
where he can.
Yeah, he still has to take it, but I can't remember.
You got.
Trev,
Can
yeah,
you
there
hear
you
me?
are.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm back now.
No, you're okay. We haven't done anything.
I'm taking that talent, by the way, that talking talent that
Yeah.
makes me bamboozle people.
What is it? Find the talent, and I might just give it to you because it's just so you.
I posted it up earlier. I'm gonna find it though.
Yeah. And then who am I missing? Sarah Mitchell. Is anybody else missing?
Well, Dune's up here where it should be Creighton.
Yeah, okay.
It's actually not confusion. It's just deception. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
But he's the GM. He can
Baffling
reword it to make it confusion.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I can do whatever I want.
That's
Really.
right.
Oh yeah, create it. We're being nice to create it now. Here we go.
I mean, we've been
let's go
being nicer
ahead.
since we made our operation manager.
Well, it's just been doing this whole time.
I do
And
love
yeah,
that this
I will
game
go
I
ahead
can
and
literally tell another player, this isn't your class anymore, I'm giving it to this NPC. Go down to engineering where you belong. It's where I need you.
Yes. How do I mark that as friendly? Oh, yes, I can. I got it. I need to save. Okay. So Lieutenant Mitchell turns around and says, Captain,
Go ahead.
we are about 10 minutes. Oh, wow. Woodyard, are you seeing this? Titan, I'm going to have you do a reason science roll. I will say difficulty of 2. This is going to be assisted by the ship's sensor of science.
Rokel, grab the ship source.
Okay. Reason, science.
I can grab the ship.
I'm gonna
Well,
use
they
one momentum to get an extra die.
Okay.
And sensor operations. Focus?
Absolutely.
Sweet.
The sensors science for the ship.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
There are the rolls for you. That's
No
less
help
good,
from
but
the ship.
one momentum generated. Rokel, do you want to get a little closer to your mic? You're just a little distant. But anyway, Woodyard, you see docked and orbiting, some docked, some orbiting. You see about 75 Klingon warbirds, not warbirds,
Oh dear.
birds of prey and warbirds. You see the USS Venture.
75?
Yep, 75. You see USS Venture is currently docked in port there. You also see uncloaked 20 Romulan birds of prey and
Holy
3 Cmdr class warships.
Oh dear.
Uncloaked.
Captain, there
Why
seems
are
to
we
be,
a staging ground?
Captain, there seems to be some kind of army of Romulans and Klingons outside the base.
On
I-
screen?
I would advise we should probably check for weapons fire in case there's nothing of that going on.
You're more than welcome to scan for that, Rokel. Go ahead and give me
Sure.
inside security as it goes on screen. Inside security difficulty of 1.
Let's see. Starship Tactical Systems as a focus.
Sure, yeah.
Alright, and difficulty 1. I'll just go ahead and just roll it as is.
Cool. So I'll do these tasks concurrently. Woodyard, you do have, you did generate so we have 1. You have 2 floats that you can use for questions if you'd like.
Does that include the science officer one?
It does not, so you get your free question.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Now I need to get some questions asked. Fully, everybody, like, I'm assuming that they're all fully stacked.
Oh yeah. there is. Oh, and I'll give you some more detail here. So there's about 50 Klingon birds of prey. There are maybe 10. What's the larger warships? The one.
Yeah,
Inga,
I got you. Yeah.
What's one level above that?
Vorcha.
Yeah, you see 10 Vorcha class
Ooh.
things, and you
A
see
Nekvar?
fresh off the line a single Negvar.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow.
Big boy.
I have
Scale
not
7.
seen those in like forever.
I don't
Wow.
think you've
I've-
ever seen a
Actually,
Negvar.
yeah. Wow, I've never even seen one of those before. I've heard of them, never
Yeah.
seen them before.
Yeah. Raquel, you know for a fact that is bleeding edge. That those have they're you know of one, the other one other than this one, or maybe this one, you're not sure. That is the Chancellor's vessel. That is like the Negvar is the
Gowron?
flagship. Gowron, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Gowron's ship was the Negvar.
Oh
The
shit, y'all
IKS.
ready for some crazy eyes?
And
Yep.
General Martak also had one too. I thought.
No, he had his like main ship was that like tiny little bird of prey.
Oh,
made his
The
own.
Rotaran.
The Rataran. It was amazing.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and the Romulan ships. Yeah, you see, yeah, some some birds of prey, and then 3 Dideridex class warships.
3 Dideridex is overkill for any situation.
Yeah.
And even a single Negvar is also like real overkill for anything.
Yeah, so I don't have the numbers in front of me, but there are thousands of Klingons, thousands of Romulans here that are just having this.
I'm curious. Is a Negvar a scale 6? I'm just trying.
Negvar, I believe, is skill 7.
Scale 7. Oh my god, damn!
Oh, God.
It's just like slightly
Nick-
smaller than an Odyssey. Jeez.
It's big.
Nick's gonna
Big
just
boy.
lean over to Kestra and say, "That's the current problem we're dealing with."
I
No,
literally cannot leave you alone for 24 hours. I look back to the ship. The ships.
Lieutenant Mitchell turns around and says, "Sir, it looks like we're late to the party. Oh, we have an incoming hail from Admiral Yannick."
Yep, on screen. Admiral.
Wonderful for you to join us, Guan Yu. Nick, I'm going to need you in my office right away when you get in. I believe the USS Venture is holding your spot. They are about to take off.
We'll see you in a bit, sir.
Oh, I'm
And
curious.
Quite the reception.
He goes, "It's done." Before you even say that.
I'm curious. Out of character.
Yeah.
Is the old captain is on that ship currently? Because I thought he left on the Venture.
He did leave on the Venture, but he was being moved to the front.
Oh, okay.
Admiral Lee, we miss you if you're watching. I don't know if you could find YouTube, but
If you're watching, hello again.
yeah, hello, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
we
Lieutenant
really
Mitchell.
miss you.
Oh, yes.
No, bad.
And
Thank you for
you jump into the system, and just the true enormity of the two fleets that you see in front of you. A lot of them are in. You see that they are in traditional wartime defensive posture. You see that the birds of prey are grouped in squads. Squads of 5 for the Klingons, squads of 3 for the Romulans. You see that the giant, truly eclipsing you, the Negvar is floating close to the station. You know for a fact that, I mean, you guys needed like a specially fitted docking ring for a galaxy. Ain't no way you have space for a Negvar just sitting on a docking ring. So you see that it is currently at station's keeping, just sort of floating there. You see the Diridex classes are sort of going. You see that they're going out and then coming back in, sort of screening their birds of prey's movements. You see the I keep forgetting the one beneath the Negvar is the
Borcha.
Vorcha. Yeah, you see the Vorchas are attempting to do the same thing, but in typical Klingon fashion, they end up just coming up behind the the birds of prey and then swooping underneath them as they sort of come back. So a lot of movement, a lot of screening of movement, just keeping the formation as loose as possible.
Two things real quick. Number one, did I get an answer for the roll I made about the weapons fire? Was there any?
Oh, I'm
weapons
sorry.
fire?
I'm sorry about that, buddy. Yeah, there no weapons fire. Yeah, no.
Okay.
none.
Okay. And number two, do I, as a Klingon, recognize the maneuvers the Klingons are doing as a KDF officer?
You do. I will say, yeah, they are just bog standard out of the Klingon defense, out of the KDF's sort of quote unquote playbook. Their strategy is to be as in defense. Klingons don't like standing still; they like picking a fight. So they go out. They sort of swing these wild trajectories as sort of a ploy in order to bring people in to try to attack those, and then basically the Vorchas would come in and then attack, and then the Negvar is just sitting there just to be like,
Cool.
yeah, just truly, no, like honestly, yeah, you actually don't recognize any of the ships by name. The Negvar you see blasted across the side is the Oh, I'm sorry, I'm typing it out, and I just realized that I need to change that name because it does not look like an appropriate thing to say.
How many G's and how many N's?
You've identified the problem.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
I can't believe you've done this.
Oh my god.
He
I
hasn't
swear
done
to
anything
God,
yet.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh
IKS
God.
Ginger.
Nice reference. No.
Yeah, Tim Minchin joke.
Yeah, it is the IKS Avenger. Ah, yes,
Yeah,
we have been practicing our Earth language.
Yeah, it's the IKS Nerval.
Yeah.
Wasn't that
yeah.
the name of the annoying ass kitten in the Garfield comics?
No, that's Nurgle.
Nurgle.
Okay. I thought Nurgle was like the fucking god of diseases or something.
He is.
That's grandfather Nurgle.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
It's Forgotten Rogue or something.
Names are so difficult. Please don't treat me like Matt Mercer and
No,
everything is a body part.
totally
Where
fine.
everything is a body part.
Hey, Matt Mercer created the name Pervon with his players and didn't think that would cause a problem.
Yeah,
I'm
truly.
Sounds to me like mistakes were made.
Do I recognize the name of that ship or no?
You do, and I'm going to give this to you for free because of your Klingon trait and because of your background.
Okay.
Nerval is a distant ancestor of the House of Beck.
House of Beck.
House Beck, you know, is the house of one Commander check.
Yeah.
Captain, you're not gonna like this news. Um,
I don't think I'm gonna
I
like anything about the
do-
next few days.
I do recognize the ship, the Negvar there. It is the IKS Nerval, and it is the part of House Beck. And in case none of you guys are aware, Commander Check is of that house.
Ah. Well, that would explain where he got the vulture.
Well,
Commander
no.
Check.
Commander Check has already been in command of that ship, of that fortune. In fact, I actually been on that ship before.
Oh, I thought he had like a bird of prey.
No, he had a Vorcha.
No.
I
Ah.
bipped a Vorcha.
No, I know you bipped a Vorcha. I thought he got a Vorcha for that fight. I didn't know he had a Vorcha the whole time.
No, he had a Vorcha the entire
Yep.
time.
You guys stole a bird of prey.
Which he was being transported on, so I understand the confusion.
Gotcha.
Commander Captain Edwards, go ahead and give me. I'm going to make you a roll for Klingon politics here, but because you would be sort of read into this as your role, go ahead and give me reason. Go ahead and give me reason command. I'll say either reason command or reason security.
All right. Both of the same. So
House Beck. Sorry, I push to talk. Why don't I remove my finger when I sneeze? Yeah, the House Beck opens up a light bulb in your mind. Go ahead and give me reasons. Yeah, okay.
but with threat, re-rolling the 19, have a focus in
Gotcha.
diplomacy.
Yeah.
You tease.
I was probably gonna put it at tip 2.
Oh right.
Yeah. Try to wait until I decide on a difficulty first, but that's fine.
No, when I let you make decisions, my ship gets destroyed. I have to act first.
So House Beck, is an up and comer. They're literally the name of their house is the same and same spelling, same everything as the lowest rank on a Klingon ship. If you're a Beck, you work in the feed pens, you clean,
You're an ensign.
lower than an ensign. You're like a
Crewman.
petty, like a crewman, like crewman 0 class. You Becks in the KDF they do not receive a commission. Some of them they truly don't have. They are houseless, meaning that they join the KDF or are compelled to join the KDF because they have no glory to claim on behalf of their family, or they are pressed into service as punishment. You know that sort of etymology of that word Beck. House Beck has been coming up the ranks for the past 25 years. Recently, they achieved a huge step, and they have a representative on the Klingon High Council now. This is, in 25 years to go from a nothing house to Klingon High Council, almost unheard of with the classes in Klingon society. So yeah, that they have a council person on that, which makes you realize that the person that you killed, not just some random Klingon, he was well connected, very well connected.
Okay. Thanks for that. Sarah, bring us port side. Yeah. Kestra, you know what to do.
Isa? What do I actually do?
all the things we discussed in the meeting room.
Yes, gotcha. Sorry.
That exchange happens. Kraden is like, "What? What's
No,
the fuck?"
I didn't. I
Yeah, I
didn't
know.
Kestra knew.
Yeah. Okay. You are all released into the station. As all of you walk out and go among various things, you see that you walk past. Some of you may or may not walk past the promenade to see what's going on in what's his Quimp's bar. Quimp's bar is actually closed. You see that on a hastily made sign it says "closed for party preparations." Go away. Um, Doors are shut. You can't see inside. Okay. Off to see the principal.
The fact
The
that you called him
principal.
that after all these years.
I feel like a little kid again, just going to the principal's
Every
office.
time I go to this office, I feel like a little kid again.
I know, right? Yeah, but every time I go into the principal's office, it
Ooh,
was
he's
always
going to see
because
the
of
admiral.
fight.
give me 1 second here.
It must have been that fight with last night. That bar
Wow.
fight.
Which
I
bar
haven't
fight
had
are
a
you
bar
referring
fight
to?
in
We've
months.
had, yeah. That's
Are
funny.
you talking about the knife fight?
Didn't happen at a bar. Loophole.
That's
Wow.
not as wrong as maybe it should be.
Maybe you were on a holodeck. The whole thing was a holodeck, and it was actually in a bar.
How are the people of Star Trek sure they're not in a giant holodeck?
Oh, actually, Star Trek Enterprise.
You shut your mouth.
There's a theory that the entire show was a holodeck.
Yeah, because of that.
Yeah,
The shittiest finale possible.
yeah.
That finale doesn't exist.
I hated that episode.
Trips alive and well.
What are you guys talking about? Terra Prime was a great finale for Enterprise.
You know what? You're right. You're absolutely right.
Wow. Having not seen Enterprise, but having seen the finale, I agree that it's a bad finale.
Literally, first time I watched that, I was like, that cannot be the end. I said that out loud.
Yeah, it's
Anyway, what are we doing?
Waiting for me to do the thing I should have done before the session.
It'd be like that.
How dare you?
Maybe that's not a Klingon name. Yeah. Sorry, everybody.
I'm gonna mute a moment.
You see as Captain Edwards, as you come into ops, you see that it is double staffed in there. There are 2 people to each station. You see the security chief scream over, "Hey, we need to keep an eye on these fleet movements, okay? Oh God, thank God they're not cloaking." And you see a bunch of people scrambling to make sure that everybody is being accounted for. Captain Edwards, as you walk through the station as well, you see Klingons in what you assume to be Klingon formal wear, but is just wearing less metallic armor. You see Romulans very well dressed. You walk up through ops, and you see that the skiff warning is on the door, and you see the windows are completely shaded out.
Oh, fun.
Skiff, for those of you who don't know, is an acronym. It's basically I don't know what the exact acronym is, but it's secure confidential information. Like when you don't want anybody else to hear, it's a skiff room.
Mm.
I was gonna make a joke about furries being rhyming. One term is rhyming with that, but I'm not gonna make that joke right now. And I figured out that Trevor's a furry.
Well,
Ugh,
not really, but
brilliant.
everybody's got to have a kink, right?
Oh
Wow.
my god, Romulans get exposed to Earth culture and immediately half of them become furries. That would be hilarious.
Oh my god. Anyway, so let's keep going. Um. You see the door open, and you hear immediately from no sound. You hear an argument. You hear Admiral Yannick say, "God damn it! Give me one moment. The fucking token isn't right." God damn it, Brax! He was under attack, and I couldn't. It does not matter. That was my kin that died in that explosion, and I will have answers.
I'll step in on that. Admiral.
You see,
And
you see, you see the Klingon. You see he's towering. He has a ornamental sash on, sort of black metallic armor, a red cloak that goes down behind him. You see that he has a scabbard, um, with two Klingon swords in them. You see he comes right up into your face. Is this the one that I have to blame for the death of Klingon forces and the death of my son?
Eee.
I just stare him down for a second. I think you're going to lay the blame at my feet, yes. I look forward to sharing the entire story.
Go ahead. Uh, this guy looks like he wants to hit you. But you're trying to talk your way out of it. Go ahead and give me. You're being pretty coy. I will say command does not come into play here because he, in terms of diplomatic rank, outranks you so much. Um, Go ahead and give me. Uh, I'm gonna say Darren Khan. Uh, Difficulty. I'm gonna say of 3. Complication range of 3 as well.
Okay. I want to say my focus in diplomacy. Like, I'm gonna talk him down quickly because, like, there's information to share, and he can stab me later.
Yeah, I'll take that.
And let's buy. Oh fuck! I'm gonna actually spend momentum. Buy 1 with momentum, 2 with threat.
All right. Two
I just
momentum
realized I couldn't
generated.
re-roll that if I'd.
Yeah. God, I love using con. You
So do you.
see the you see the person you see the person you see the Klingon look at you, his hands, you see his eyes never leave yours, and there's a moment where you think that he's about to clock you, but you see his shoulders slightly relax, his hands, you in your peripheral vision, you see them unclench, and you say, better be some story. And he pushes past you and sits. You see Admiral Yannick looks pretty exhausted.
I'm about to make your day a whole lot worse. As I say that quietly as I walk over to his desk.
Oh, please, Nick. Please not today. Please.
And I take the blood sampling hyper spray out and set it on his desk.
He looks up at you and he says, "Are you kidding?"
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Captain Edwards, are you serious right now? He looks at you. There's all joke has gone out of his voice. He looked at you seriously. And this is for first time in a while, this is him turning on Admiral mode. He looks at you very seriously.
Unconfirmed, but information acquired from my would-be assassin that they may be involved.
You see Admiranik rubs his eyes and he goes, "All right." He grabs the hyper spray and um, sticks it into his arm. Comes out the red. Um, the you see the blood is not red fully. What color do you get when you mix red and green?
Yellow? No, it's blue.
Red and
When's the last time I mixed colors?
yeah. Anybody know?
1 second.
No, that's yellow.
It makes like a yellow brown.
Oh.
Yeah, you see that it has
Yeah.
like a yellowish tint to it. And it takes you a second because you look at it and the yellowish looks like you take a deep breath in because it almost looks like, yeah, he's a changeling, but you realize 20 years he is a quarter Vulcan, and that's
Yeah.
why.
Nick's just going to silently nod towards, what was his name? Brax.
You haven't been introduced actually, but
Well, no, I heard him yell the name.
oh right. Council member Brax, before we go any further, I'm going to require a blood sample from you. Brax looks up at the Admiral, then looks back at you. See that he grabs a knife from his waist, and you see cuts a long gouge down his left arm. You see Klingon blood flow out.
Okay.
And he slams the knife down on the ground, on the table, and he says, "The Dominion is out here. Then it's confirmed."
Confirmed.
Shut up.
Hasn't been confirmed for many months, but no reason to not take precautions considering our new allies.
Allies. We asked and asked the Romulans to join the war. They signed the non-aggression pact. And all of the sudden, they bring in and come in on our side. Romulan treachery, if I've ever seen it before.
Well, that's a future problem. So, do I have a rank to offer him? Like, I'd like to offer as many official
Counselor.
pleasantries as I can. Yeah, counselor.
Yeah, counselor would be his, yeah.
Now, this is out of character. The Canadian in me needs to be quelled right now. In no way am I ever going to apologize for killing his kin, because that would be far more insulting. But if I accidentally apologize because I am Canadian, scratch it from the record.
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
Oh, sorry about killing your son, eh?
Very Fargo of you.
Well, sorry about
rigging those explosives to those kinds of food, eh?
Sorry.
Cool.
Kyle, are you nervous?
No, not at all.
Okay, cool.
So, Admiral, Counselor, what would you like to know?
Admiral Yannick looks and says, "Well, I am glad that you don't have a knife sticking out of your chest from a couple of sources." He looks over at Brax. Brax shows his like gross gnarled yellow teeth. The assassin, what were you able to learn?
We were able to confirm Check's involvement with the Syndicate in the Shackleton, likely feeding him, either leading or feeding the Syndicate technology. And I'll hand him the pad I have with the multiple confirmed instances of Orion Syndicate using retired Klingon technology in the AOR of DS Fortitude.
With serial numbers.
Which includes, but not limited to, fake distress call from the, I've named your nebula, by the way, the Tenoblius Nebula, ship destroyed in a firefight due to nebula interference, the Klingon tech along with the fighter IKS Grubbin, recovered from the Orion Syndicate cell station on Anzai 3, the pre-warp home of the Anzai, and then the transponder codes of the 6 birds of prey and 2 bait ships, which the bait ships being marked as lost during their initial trip into the Shackleton Expanse. Those ships were all encountered in orbit of an assumed Orion staging ground.
Orion staging ground?
Well, that's what I'm calling it. Because we never actually got to sit down and actually learn anything. It was supposed to be the central hub of Syndicate activity for the Shackleton.
Okay. And this is out of character, right? You're not telling this to Yannick.
Yeah, so that's the information that I'm providing on the pad. Is like transponder codes, date ships moved, everything Rokel and Saoirse picked up in their investigation. That's tangible evidence. The recovered from the IS Grubbin, I'll hand another pad with the paper trail leading to Commander Czech, as well as Garthok, Shaka, Toka, Velkar, and Zach, and to a lesser possibility Kavarn, as possible suppliers through Narendra.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead. Okay.
Wait, so was I not supposed to remember any of those names?
Yeah. Shit.
Do you have a name of your next character?
I'm sorry. I'm legitimately taken aback by. Yeah. All right. Go ahead and give me. Go ahead and give me. God. Go ahead and give me reason, security, difficulty of 2 to make sure that everything's communicated correctly on the pad.
Mm-hmm. This is very much a diplomatic meeting, so I'm trying to make sure everything is explained correctly and that nobody is under any incorrect assumptions. So, focus in diplomacy.
Uh-huh.
Egads, you're actually communicating? But then how
I
will
can
the
hear-
drama happen?
I can hear Kestra being annoyed. Cool. So, I'm going to buy 1 with threat, 2 with momentum.
Okay.
And security. Re-rolling the 20. Oh, that's why I bought it with threat. Get out of here.
One momentum generated.
And yep. Cool.
Admiral Yannick looks at this pad and his eyebrows sort of go up. This Counselor Brax, I was originally going to be landing on your side. I would invite you to read this. Go ahead. Oh, fuck. Man. Oh, you were so well prepared, and I didn't think about that. Okay.
I was gonna get you in trouble.
Son of a.
That's just point 1 and 2.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
My list goes down to point 9.
Okay. Yep. All right. Well, let me take these pages out of my journal. Hang on 1 second. 1 second. Yep. Oh, that's garbage. Yeah. Okay. Brax looks at this. I am gonna need another role here, and this is gonna be a convincing role. I will let you. You can say whatever you want in character, Edwards, but yeah. Go ahead and give me. This is gonna be an opposed role. This is gonna be a diplomacy role, so I'm gonna say. This is for sure reason. I will give you reason security on this, um, because not only do you have concrete, like actual, like legitimately, there's a paper trail. Um, it was hard to find, which is why it took you all this time to gather all this data, and you got multiple data points, everything pointing to the fact that Commander Check was dirty, um, and fully profiteering off of selling weapons to the Ryan Syndicate in violation of treaty. I will say, because of your amazing preparation and everyone's amazing preparation, every single person here contributed to this investigation. This is sort of what was hinging on it. I'm gonna say you number one, Edwards, you're gonna get 2 free successes in this, so you get an automatic crit. Um,
Wait, is it automatic crit or is it 2 free successes?
it's gonna be an automatic crit.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll give you that crit dice without having you roll a determination.
Mhm.
That's the way I'm going to give you an extra determination. So you are using the determination that I'm just giving you just now, and then you're
Okay.
using that to get to yourself a free crit. Because that was awesome. So go ahead and give me. Yeah, this is going to be reason security opposed by his presence command.
Okay.
This is an underling saying, "Hey, everything that you're doing is wrong," to somebody who vastly outranks you. So
I'm
we'll see
not
how it
saying
goes.
It's an
that.
underling saying, "Hey, your son was a rat."
Yeah, for sure, and that's hard to hear. Um, yeah, so go ahead and
Okay.
keep in mind that there's an increased cost for the dice, so 2 or 3,
Yeah.
respectively.
So I'm going to buy up to 5. So buy the first with threat, the second with momentum. Drop me down to 3 momentum.
Okay.
Using focus, the free determination, and sending it. Just to be a. Fuck, I'm gonna reroll that 19. Just to risk it.
Risk it for the biscuit.
All right. I should have increased the complication range, but you know what? That's on me. But let's go ahead. Brax is Brax's stats are pretty decent, so he has a 15 for this. I'm just gonna spend everything. Oh, and I unfortunately am also gonna spend 3 threat to activate a value. My house is my life.
We really did just tell a Klingon High Council member your son was a rat and he died like a rat.
I haven't told him he died like a rat yet.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4.
Oh.
He is going to do. He has a focus. I'm spending the value. Target number 15. Who's ready?
Send it.
Wow.
Very close. Very close.
Very,
roll.
very, very close. That is currently a failure on your part. Every single one of those is a success, so I'm going to keep my roll. You're more than welcome to spend if you'd like for your roll. If you have any other re-rolls or anything like that.
Oh, I got
Could
lots of
use a
rerolls.
determination.
Yeah, I got lots of rerolls. Yeah, so
Wait,
I will
wait,
use.
does he have 8 successes because of the free crit?
No,
That's that first one.
That's included.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, basically, I could get the determination air quote without actually citing anything. But I'm going to cite my value of rank doesn't equal right.
Ooh,
And
that's a good one.
yeah. I want to reroll the whole thing, but I just need 2.
Or
You only need 1.
you only need
Yeah.
1, and then you can choose to succeed at cost.
Yeah.
Cost is going to be pretty big, though.
I'm just going to reroll the 17 for the cost of an entire determination.
Gotcha.
Fuck you, nature!
Dear God. You re-roll that
Why,
shit
universe?
again.
He can't.
He can.
Oh, because it's
Yeah, but
rank.
I could sit here and spend determination all day, but that takes the fun out of it.
No, if you have I would highly recommend that you, for sure, do something. Okay, that's enough.
Oh,
It just
God.
doesn't want it to happen.
No. This one doesn't count, but I bet it's going to pass.
Yep.
That one could count if you spent.
Nope.
No, I've emptied my pool. I'd have to start pulling from the milestones.
Yes, you would.
So, why ain't you?
Like,
Because, again, I could sit here and buy until I win. Like, that's non-negotiable. Like, I could do that. But at some point, you have to let dice win.
I'd say give it one more roll. Just one.
Just
Okay,
one
let's
more roll.
see.
I have a feeling this is a failure we really don't want. So,
Come on,
yeah,
give that shit one more go.
Yep, just seeing which one. I am going to pull the milestone from season 4, episode 1, for reasons he doesn't know but that are itching at the back of my mind. And that is the story arc of Deus, come and we want to leave home. How we met check. Everything, all of that's itching in the back of my mind.
I will 100% allow that. Yeah.
And for the love of Christ, please.
You need 1 to make it a wash. You need 2 to win. Oh my god.
Holy shit!
Yes. Wow.
Done. Well, listen, you weren't supposed to be this prepared. And I could have discernied the roles, just that, because I'm too nice of a person, I
Dude,
allowed it
please
to
stop
happen.
eating your mic.
Oh yeah.
he just wanted us all to be aware.
We could not understand you.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. It wasn't really anything worth hearing anyway. Just to let you all know.
I understood everything, so
Just to let everybody know. Had you okay, cool.
I almost had all of you.
You see Brax looks at it at this evidence and looks at it for a very long time. You see his face go from anger to confusion to questioning to like, and then to anger again. You hear his breath start to go heavier. You see he puts the pad down, leans back. This is evidence that my son was not who I thought he was. He's been
Which is why I never submitted it yet. I wanted it to be absolutely concrete before I started laying blame to a house of such renown.
Ooh. Brax looks up at you and regards you in a way that you haven't seen. I mean, you just met him, but in a way that is unique for Klingons. His eyes are open, and he looks at you and he says, "Captain, I will not apologize on the base of my actions, but I do understand what needed to be done there. I am in mourning of the the heir to my house and to my seat. I am I have the ability to be reasonable. It's rather rare among Klingons, but I appreciate you not turning this in, and I appreciate how hard it must be from your perspective. But you still killed my son." I You see his face is contorted. And for that there will be retribution. But not now. You see Brax relaxes into his chair, folds his arms, and you see his jaw tighten.
Gonna side eye Howard.
Yannick, uh, Howard, I forgot his name for a second. Howard looks at you and sort of his mouth goes like into the face, and then raises his shoulders, puts them down, uh, silently communicating to you, I don't know, man, that's going to be the best that's like the
Yeah.
best possible scenario.
Yeah, this is as good as this meeting was gonna get.
Yeah.
He didn't immediately kill you, so we're on the right track.
Yeah, for sure. Um, Nick, tell me what else is happening. You've been gone for a while. Did I hear that we were able to find a place to keep the Lormians?
Yes, we spent a solid month on a planetary survey on what is now being dubbed New Lormia. It is the ideal planet for resettlement.
Yes. With all of the polities who are staying at Deep Space Fortitude, we are a little full up. I have just tasked the Venture with temporarily moving the settlers to Naredra Station. Number one, for just a change of scenery, but also to um, ensure that no incidents take place. As I'm sure you're aware, Romulans have joined us in the war, and we, in the process of that, are required to have Romulans posted here until the conflict is over. They wanted to put a squad of Centurions here, but I decided probably not the best idea. So they settled with one of their top intelligence attaches, who will be acting as our leading attache. And that's one other thing I wanted to talk to you about. Um, High Counselor, I'm sure that you have preparations to make before the banquet tonight. I wouldn't want to keep you longer than anything. Just I just need a debriefing from my captain. Brax shakes his head, and Brad not Brad. Brax nods, walks over to
Really
you.
rad, man.
Yeah, man. Far out. Brax looks over to you, gets very close to your face. You can smell his breath. May you die well in the coming battle. And he walks out.
As soon as the door closes. A pleasant people, the Klingons.
Yeah. Nick, what the ever living fuck are your staff? Why are they reaching out to intelligence
Yeah, that
without
was as soon as
letting
he.
me know first?
I go and pick up the hyper spray, keeping this as close to the chest as I can when I sit down. Not the blood, just the whole involvement. I had Saoirse reach out to intelligence, A, to update them because we had encountered Dominion technology, which is standard procedure at this point. I was going to explain it to you in our sub-communications,
but
yeah.
but reaching out to intelligence as a group, that is fine. You're allowed to converse with them as much as you want. What the hell are you doing? Authorizing people to reach out to the intelligence chief of staff, someone who outranks me.
Oh shit, my boy got promoted.
The Orion who attacked me, his family is being held, and I wanted them extradited. So then we
I
could
understand.
use that Orion.
Nick, I understand that the chain of command is something that you're new to, but I am the only person who is going to be conferring with whatever high brass at intelligence. It has to be me because I need to know. Okay. So I understand that your chief engineer had whatever. I'm not even read into it, but the has some sort of intelligence experience, whether that be sanctioned or unsanctioned. I couldn't give less of a fuck about that. It needs to go through me. Is that understood, Captain?
Yes, sir.
You see, he rubs the bridge of his nose. All right. We have this stupid banquet that I've been told by Starfleet Command that we have to give because it's far away from the front and there's going to be senior officials here. Quimp has been. I had to almost phaser Quimp to get him to stay in the bar. You see, he just looks incredibly tired.
Well, I hope you enjoy your dinner, sir. I'll get out of your hair.
Is there anything else that you need to tell me, Nick?
Yeah, he looks over at the door. I guess you're as fucked up about this as I am. Unconfirmed, but the likely Dominion involvement is Deus.
God. You see, Amrianic walks towards his. It couldn't have been any other Vorta.
Don't think any other voter would bother with us.
Didn't we kill him twice?
Once. One time we just sent him back to his masters with his tail between his legs.
Okay.
Speaking of, the first thing I'm going to have Kester and Kelly do is verify his remains. I need to know if I'm dealing with the Vorcha I sent back to the wormhole or the one we killed.
Deus's remains.
Yes. Which were delivered here after the last Deus-related incident.
Okay. Yeah. I am gonna need. We're gonna need to keep this tight lip. Then I'm gonna need to. Don't answer this, but you definitely already told your senior staff to go and do it, right?
I did tell them to wait for me to get permission because I don't want them
Okay.
crawling through Jeffrey's tubes behind your back.
Gotcha. Okay. Tell your operatives, as he says in jest, there's going to be a guard rotation at that. It's been locked down by Starfleet intelligence. They don't want anybody in there, but they did want guards posted. The guards in 30 minutes will be told to grab some refreshments from the party. At that point in time, they will be able to go in, get whatever they need, and then get out.
Thank you, sir.
Nick, I'm trying to keep this train on the tracks, and I would love some help.
I think we left the tracks a few months ago, sir.
Yeah. Okay. You're dismissed, but maybe don't go anywhere unattended. I have a feeling that Brax is probably going to try to stab you in the chest.
Wouldn't even be the first time this week.
You see he sighs as you walk out. Door shuts. Yeah.
That's so bad for him. I'm gonna get back to my ship and give Kester and Kelly the rundown on how much time they've got.
Captain,
we
do
do-
we have permission or not?
We have permission, but only you, me, Kestra, and Yannick are the only ones who know about it.
So we have shields of hands and does air quotes permission.
Yes, you have permission.
Understood, sir. Do you tell Sersha about who she was contacting?
Yeah, I suppose. Also, while I have you here, I was just on the receiving end of the same conversation we had when we first started working together about you and your nighttime phone calls. Not fun.
Beg your pardon, sir? What were you being chewed out for, sir?
Telling you to contact your old friends.
I'm afraid I don't understand, sir.
Exactly. Well, there is a party at Quimps tonight. Best to avoid it. I think I might go.
It's about at this time that
Nowhere
you get a
alone.
hail. Admiral Yannick to Captain Edwards.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, and if you think that you're getting out of the party, you have another thing coming. Dress formals, 35 minutes.
Does Kestra
Acknowledge.
have to be at the party? No, Kestra's not at the party. Kestra's
You're-
going to do the thing.
You hear another hail. Yeah, and make sure your entire senior staff goes there too.
Okay. Well then. Castra. I just hit my little com badge. Senior staff, dress formals, we've got a party. You and Sersha have something to do during the party. Come see me in the ready room.
Isa?
We don't need to have the scene. She was sitting here listening.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay,
Okay.
give me just one moment here.
I don't want a party. I hate these things.
I know how you do.
What am I going to do with points 3 through 9?
Keep them up your sleeve. They might yet come in handy at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dismantling a Lego set. My dog is watching me like, I wonder if I can eat those.
Well, she knows she can.
Give me just one moment here, guys.
I don't wanna.
Oh, while he's doing that, if anytime this week you guys want to play Hell Let Loose with me, it's free on Steam this weekend.
What
Or
kind
this
of game
week.
is it?
It's a shooter. It's a World War II squad-based shooter.
Okay, is it PvP only?
PvE. Or PvP only, yes.
Okay, there goes my interest. Sorry.
Dang.
Sad. Sorry. Just one moment here. I had an errand to run and I didn't have time to set up this scene beforehand.
It's okay, we'll just sit here in quiet judgment.
This is the TTRPG equivalent of a Souls game. I
beg your
hate
pardon?
and love the stress it provides me.
Okay, that makes a little more sense now.
I love Souls games, and they're so frustrating sometimes.
You should play Armored Core 6.
It's on my to-do list.
Because it's a Souls game with mecha.
Yes, I understand what it is. Lies of P was so good. It wasn't even a Souls game. It's just like, we want a new Bloodborne. Fuck it. Puppets.
It'd be like that sometimes.
My mic has been off this whole time.
Don't worry, we didn't hear anything incriminating.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and Cmdr Hagen. I don't have a tile for this, unfortunately, but I'm going to go ahead and lead us through a theater of the mind scene.
Uh-huh.
You all receive the orders to dress in your formals. Rokel, you don't really have. I mean, you can wear the yellow formals if you want, but you do have some Klingon clothes that are not your duty clothes that you can throw on. I don't think you really care about being underdressed, so you just throw something on. I would assume.
Yeah, just something random on.
Gotcha.
Something tells me Rokel would sooner be caught dead than wearing Federation dress uniform.
Oh yeah. He'd rather be dead before wearing that stuff.
So say again. Sorry, I had stepped
Okay.
away for a second.
He'd rather be dead before wearing any Starfleet formal wear.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and lead through a scene. You are all Captain Edwards, Soberkel, Trev. You get Ensign Strasser. You meet Ensign Strasser out by your quarters, and she holds out her arm to you and asks if you would like to accompany her as a date.
Sure. Where are we going?
We're going to a party. Let's go. And drags you.
The party you are being ordered to go to.
Yeah.
Trev, Titan completely missed those orders.
That's the kind of girl he needs. Don't go order into a party.
Party? Where? there as
I ordered you to that party.
Captain, let it ride.
Kestra, Sersha, what are y'all wearing? Are you in your dress formal sneaking into the morgue, or what are you doing?
Kestra is in her dress formals. Problem is, she has. I think she would have the medical dress formals, which are white.
Uh-huh. And Kelly?
Ursha is going to wear a little black dress.
Wow. Like just like knee length, or what are you thinking?
Above knee.
Ooh, above knee. Are you wearing black stilettos?
God, no. Sersha would not be caught dead in stilettos.
All right.
They are platforms.
They probably do have a low heel, but they're below knee boots. Very fancy. Like they've got
Exposing your knees?
embroidery, lacing.
An image. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that. It's very like goth formal. I love that.
It is also a very discreetly a bodysuit.
Oh,
Easy
you
to
can,
move
like,
around in.
Yeah, okay.
I'm thinking like one of those spy movies, black gear and stuff.
And one question as we go in: what equipment are you taking with you?
What equipment does Sersha need? Her skull is intact. She's good to go.
Tricorder?
Nope.
Blood testing
To a,
equipment?
Kestra
to a party? That's a bit of a faux pas.
Well, y'all are going. You were given specific orders to go to the morgue first.
Morgue I thought we were supposed to show up at the party, go to the morgue, and come back to the party.
The party was in 35 minutes. In 30 minutes, you had your window.
Got it. Got
Sorry,
it.
I should have made that more clear. All right.
Yeah. She's just bringing her gear. That is the gear she always has in her head.
In her head, gotcha. And Hagen, what are you bringing?
Will bring a Type 1 phaser strapped into her boot.
Okay. Type 1 phaser, that's beautiful. Any other medical equipment?
I think I think maybe a medical tricorder. That would be it.
Okay. For sure. Is that
Hyperspray?
concealed in any way?
What about a hyperspray?
I think it's on her belt. You know, she's a Starfleet officer, and one wearing a medical uniform at that. It doesn't make, it's not unreasonable for her to have her tricorder on her.
Okay. Sounds good. You make your way to the morgue is in the lower decks, like very far low, underneath engineering. Not a lot of people go down there, but there is direct turbo-lift access from the med bay to get down there. You walk down there, the lights are on. It's not like dark or anything, but then you come to a T-junction, and the morgue is to the left. And you see the two guards. The two guards are standing guard by one area of. So you're sort of on the morgue deck. You walk forward. You see some doors that are not what you're looking for, but at the end of the hall, there is two uniformed security officers, each of them armed with holstered Type 2 phaser pistols.
I think both. I can't speak for Kelly, but I know Hagen at least is trying to be at least a little bit sneaky.
Obviously, so Sersha, she's not supposed to be here.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a stealth roll. No. Go ahead and give me presence security.
Presence security.
Yeah, I think for stealth it would be presence security.
Can I argue control security, as 90% of stealth is simply not making noise and not being where they're looking?
Okay. Yeah, control security. I just needed to hear an argument.
I would still like to use presence security.
You are welcome to use presence security.
That does
espionage
activate
focus?
augmented ability.
Yes, espionage focus will come into play here.
Using a focus.
I'm
Would
gonna
composure apply here?
I'd say yeah.
Okay.
I will ask each of you to I guess this is gonna be kind of a group stealth roll. There isn't really a mechanic in STA for this, so I'm gonna say between the two of you, declare a number of successes that you would like to achieve as your goal.
And the number will be how well hidden we are?
I will yes.
Okay. Want to do a 4?
Yeah, we could do a 4 maybe.
Okay, a 4 between you. Is anybody buying any dice?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
All right, Kestra.
I buy 1 with momentum. The second one was threat. I have a focus. How about failure is not an option for a talent?
For a value, you mean?
For a value, yeah.
Yeah, I'll say failure is definitely an option here, but yeah.
Okay, and I'll just hold off on that then. I get 1 free success on this. Complication range is 2.
Yep. Go ahead and make your roll, and then we'll get to Kelly's roll.
Watch
All
that,
right.
Tom.
You are tapped on momentum. Kelly.
All right. Take 3 threat for 2 dice.
Sounds good. I am going to go ahead and roll for complication. Give me just add complication to this. Your roll is comp.
Comp what?
Comp 3.
Okay, is that Kestra's fault?
Hey, I quashed that complication.
No.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, here we go.
Nice.
Holy shit.
All you needed. Really.
Terrible.
That's amazing. Your target number's 13, and all of them were just one above.
Well, we got our 4 successes.
Yes.
We did.
got it. Yeah, you tell me, describe the way in which you are being sneaky.
I think Kestra is so light and knows how to walk without making noise. I think she's literally just gliding along the hallways and like looking around any corners before they go around it. It's just, very basic stealth thing, like not necessarily being suspicious, but not trying to be seen.
All right. And Jack, I'm sure Kelly is going into like full shadow mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make it to you hear a hail come in for the 2 security officers. Hail button. And you hear something, it's sort of muffled around the corner, but you see that at this point the security guards are going to be crossing the T-junction in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be on the guards' right as they pass by.
Is there a door we can duck into?
There is not one in the hallway. The closest door is either the one that they just left from or the one that's on the other side. Like they're about to cross into the right part of the T-junction. There's a door that way, but that's going to be directly in their line of sight.
All unless do we know which way they're going to be going?
You know that there's a turbolift at so there's a T junction. There is the turbolift
We're
is
at the T
behind.
junction. Okay, so they will be passing us, not
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Get up against the wall, that they're gonna pass, and kind of duck behind a structural beam.
Sounds good.
Is there cover here?
I will say that there is partial cover from like a structural beam, like a load-bearing wall. You can sort of flatten yourself behind, and you might just see like the edge of like the front of your torso out there, but it's your profile is.
Give me a moment. Having audio issues.
Oh,
It's the one time I'm glad that everything in Starfleet has white walls.
Hopefully the audio issue isn't just with me.
No,
I
you're fine.
Okay.
That's a weird taste.
Next, Kyle has been a robot for me a little bit, but hasn't been that bad.
Okay, my connection has only just now gone back into the green. It's been red and yellow for like the past 5 minutes.
Oh, geez. Okay. Is it better?
Yeah,
It's better
okay.
now, though.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm gonna
So-
make a. Sorry.
You said we have partial cover?
Correct. Yeah. So I would say it's not total cover. There's still a part of your torsos that are going to be sticking out as you flatten yourself against the wall. But so that will add. That will basically add a. It will increase their difficulty, the difficulty of their roll by 1.
Okay.
Essentially.
So they would have to
So-
get 5 successes?
Correct.
As we go into hiding, but we're still kind of visible, Sersha looks to Kestra and goes, "Kiss me. Make it look convincing.
Most certainly not.
If
I
we
didn't-
get seen, we need an alibi."
I will fake it, but I'm not actually going to do it.
Okay, that's fine.
Kelly just. Oh, okay.
Didn't think this was the kind of section we were gonna have tonight.
Jesus Christ. Kelly, do you just pull Hagen in?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hagen is
Does Hagen consent?
extremely uncomfortable.
Does Hagen consent to that?
Hagen is not going to actually do that, but she will fake it for the,
Okay.
Faking it is all we need.
Cool. I'm gonna need a roll for faking it.
This
Because
this is wild. I did not. Where did this come from? Presence.
I was actually going to suggest that.
yeah, wow.
Presence
Interesting.
command.
No, you are not the in command here.
No, but presence command is projecting an aura of "Hey, go away. This isn't your business."
I will say
Ignorance.
presence con. Presence con.
Okay.
And you are going to be the lead roller on this because Kelly is against the wall and you are ostensibly holding her to the wall. So, oh god, this is now I'm
hilarious.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
It's hilarious, but very awkward.
yeah, presence con difficulty 2, assisted by Kelly's presence con.
Fuck me. Okay.
No, we're not doing that.
That's going a little far.
I'm maxing out the dice. You know what?
Are you kidding?
I'm spending the determination here, and I'm gonna cite the value. It is true from a certain point of view.
What? yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You're capping it.
Yeah, I'm tapping the determination. Yes.
All right. You're spending up to full.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why the hell not? Oh god. Okay. And a focusing composure.
No focus here.
Is Kelly assisting?
Yes, Kelly is.
Kelly,
Then I do have a focus.
yeah, all right.
I am a natural coordinator.
Yeah. Your target number is not even that bad. You didn't need to juice it that much. Kelly,
I wanted to though.
yeah, I gotcha. Kelly, you just need your assist roll.
Okay. Well, this was Presence Con, was it?
Yep.
Okay, espionage focus.
Yeah. I don't like it, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not great on this, but here we go.
Like, is
I
this?
cannot believe.
Oh my fucking
Are
god.
Are you
actual
kidding
notes.
me? Are you actually kidding? Because come on, guys.
So
For
your
momentum.
your guy's difficulty is 6.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
this is hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now I need to spend threat. I'm only gonna spend 3 threat.
We didn't see those. Could be
That's
anything.
the idea.
1. Wow. Yeah, it's 4 successes though. He rolled pretty well. That's 2 momentum generated. Hagen, I'm gonna need you to be descriptive here. What exactly are you doing to fake make out with a subordinate officer?
The arm, right arm is up and covering both of their faces. The left arm is pinned to the side of her head, and there's about 2 inches of separation. Not even an inch, actually. And she's thinking to Kelly, "You are going to pay for this."
Ugh,
And you hear that
that
in your
makes it
brain.
worse. Kelly, you hear voices and you don't like it. I mean, what does Kelly do?
Kelly will just snap back with riding crop. Yeah, got it. Moving on.
Anyway, you hear.
She
out of-
just puts her hands on Kestra's hips.
Ugh.
That's
Wow.
about it.
Wow. You hear a sound of physical like revulsion by the 2 security guards, and they very quickly move to the turbolift and then leave.
As soon as they go past us, Kesha pulls back and goes, "We never speak of this," and walks away.
Yeah,
Never
you
thought
make it
about
in.
this anyway.
This is a formality at this point, but the door to the morgue is locked.
Is it though?
The door opens, and I like how I don't even make you roll for it. You see a
Good,
wall.
we'll take the momentum.
No, it's okay. You
it's
see
okay.
a wall filled with drawers. Very they're cryo drawers to keep the bodies preserved. You see a computer console in front of you that is sort of connected to the doors. The drawers, rather. What do you do?
All right. Well, there should be an inventory list somewhere.
You see a computer console that seems to be what you're looking for.
All right.
Careful now, don't leave a trace.
Hey, it's me.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, give me control engineering difficulty 2. I'm assuming you're using your DNI for this.
Yep.
Okay.
Control engineering. It is It involves or is assisted by a computer.
Yep.
And computer's focus.
Yep.
And computer's expertise.
Absolutely.
Alright, here we go.
Yeah. See, that's why I don't need a roll. You see what that just happened?
Yeah, yeah, I see that.
Yeah. You have 5 float.
I would like to use those 5 float to remove any and all computer traces that we were ever here.
Yeah, I kind of figured. That costs only 2 float, so you have 3 float left.
Awesome. Can I use a float to immediately locate what we're looking for?
Yeah. You see, it's the drawer all the way at the end, and you see that it has a security lock on it, but that can be controlled by this console.
Alright. So it's just gonna pop the sucker open.
Okay. You walk over, you hear a as the drawer opens. You pull out, very classically, the bed. You see in front of you a completely naked Vorta male who looks like Deus.
Confirm target.
Take out a medical tricorder and do a deep scan.
Go ahead and give me control medicine difficulty 2.
Control medicine. I'll spend for a dice. 1 momentum.
Okay.
And focus in. I don't think I have a focus here, actually.
Exhumation? No, you don't. Yeah.
Can I get a focus because of my background?
Not in this instance, no.
Damn it. Oh dear God. I'm gonna re-roll one of those.
Do you have cautious medicine?
I do. And I have bold command.
Oh, cool. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Dear fuck.
Wasn't you doctor, eh?
I love the highs and lows of this game. In this instance, I'll let you succeed at cost.
Sure.
What specifically are you looking for the scan?
Is this actually a Vorta? Is this actually biological matter? Is this the last note we have of this particular Vorta?
The answer to your question, is this a Vorta, is yes. It visually looks
I need
like
to know on a genetic level.
Genetically, yes, it is a Vorta. I don't believe you have any records on file from Deus themselves. The only records you would have would be this corpse.
Right. I watched physically Deus die. I took his corpse back to the ship and I performed the autopsy. So
it matches what you have on file for Deus.
Right.
Yeah, it appears to be Deus. You are. Yeah.
Can I spend a momentum?
Yeah.
Does the internal damage that occurred on this Vorta match the internal damage that was recorded before?
Regarding, like, the brain?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I snap the tricorder shut. By all physical measurements, this is the body of Deus.
Then we need to exfil now.
Understood. I close
What
the door.
the hell are you two doing in here?
Of course.